Have you been setting off fireworks? Happy bonfire
Yeah,
night.
it's like World War III.
I miss, you know, it's funny that because out of all the stuff I miss, hi Shabby Geekers, by the way, hi Si, hi Shabby Geekers. Out of all the stuff I miss in England, bonfire night is one I miss.
Yeah, it's that smell. I love it.
Do you know what I mean?
It smells great.
It's cold and it's all the burning smell and the fireworks and all that.
Well, I had tonight for tea. I've had mini Kievs, but I did have jacket potatoes, so that's sort of like that's a bit bonfire night, isn't it? Jacket potatoes.
Mini Kievs. Was Iceland having a clearance? So we're like, look at that. Look, Claire. Look.
You know, my favourite mini Kievs they used to do. Do you remember years back when mini Kievs used to do them little balls? Yeah, I used to get a bag of Kiev balls and they'd have that garlic. Like, I still love them.
My favorite, when I was at sixth form college, my favorite dinner was chicken Kievs, chips, cheese, and gravy. And no wonder I got fat. Si, I loved that dinner. I must have had it how many times. But anyway, hello everyone. Hello Shabby Geekers. It means it's been weird. I've not been on all week because there was no ZSR. So the last time I was on doing this was with you last week. And thank you all, by the way, because the Star Wars trailers, I know it was we got interrupted once or twice at the end, but nearly 300 views to me and you. That's awesome. So thank you to all who watched it and supported me and Si. I appreciate that. We learned our lesson. I say we, because Si did tell me at the start, Shabby, don't play all the sound, and I'm like, no, we'll be fine, and then we got interrupted twice. We're like rebels, Si, rebels of YouTube. Do you know what I mean?
At the end of the day, that's not an important opinion. It's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Everyone's got their own opinion on stuff. So it was good to go back and watch all them old trailers. It was.
When was the last time you did something for bonfire night, Si?
Last year. Cricket club. Big bonfire. Me and Claire went.
And the cricket club.
I like to do something for bonfire night. I like to do. As I've got older, Halloween's got less and less, if you'll have me. But I still love having trick-or-treaters at the door. Do you know what I mean? I think that's mint. And I always make out that my house is like available for trick-or-treaters to come.
If you don't mind, Si, as well, tonight, before we start showing the movie posters and having a chat about them, I've got two packages here. One from the lovely Miriam and Jawad, which was so nice of him. Miriam and Jawad sent me something all the way from Ireland, and something I bought off Jeff Barker. But the reason I want to show that is because I got a really good old Jeff gave me a really good price. So I'll show them in a sec. We'll just see who's here. So Stu's here. Hi, Stu. Hi, G-Force. Hi, Kieran. Hello, Ardez. Wow. Hi, Steph. Nice to see you, pal. Hi, Ops. Hi, Jono. Hello, DTM. Hello, Shabby Si, everyone in the chat. I love a good... Yeah, so do I. And it's funny that... Because, you know, when you were going through them, Simon, it's hard to reflect because sometimes, like, you love the movie, so you think, I'll pick that poster because I love the movie. And then I had to stop myself, Simon, and go, well, hang on a minute. I do love that movie, but is the poster that... do you know what I mean?
No, I agree with you. What I've done is that I've specifically gone off posters that I either saw in a video shop or were trailers that I saw before getting a film out. Because let's be fair, when I was a kid, you'd be a liar to say you was at the cinema every week and I saw all these movies at the cinema. I didn't nowhere near. Do you know? So most of my posters I remember come from the video shop. Do you know what I mean? You see all my posters about them. That's how I've chosen basically mine.
You know, I've never thought about that. You've hit the nail on the head, Arcade, because that's roughly when we saw movie posters, wasn't it? Because like what you just said.
Let's be fair, in the 80s, you saw more of your movies through VHS, through videos. You didn't go to the cinema. I wasn't allowed in the cinema to see American Ninja, and I don't even think British cinemas even showed it. Do you know what I mean? So most of my posters, I've gone off that. Now, I'd be a liar to say I remember half these films as well, but like what you said, it's to separate the poster from the actual what we saw. It's the poster that got you. Do you know what I mean?
You've hit the nail on the head. I can't. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it because usually if you're in Blockbuster or the off license would have a corner, wouldn't it, in an off license full of movie posters, and like your bedrooms. Our bedroom wall when we were kids, I was covered in movie posters, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? We had all of them. Oh man, and that's what a good. I never thought that because usually you think, I was at the cinema, but it wasn't the cinema, was it?
Well, tell me something. Most of your movie posters as a kid, if you didn't buy them in Anthena, where did you get them from? Going into video shops, and the video shops would give you a load of posters and stuff like that. And
I remember when I was really early, 13, 14, around there, I used to go to Athena and collect the movie poster postcards. They were 50p, Si.
I love them. Yeah. I
do that with you a lot. Did you still keep them, Simon? Or
I still got a lot of them. Batman 89, Pulp Fiction, Roger Rabbit. I still got quite a lot of them movie postcard because they're like you. I used to love them. They were like 30, 50p to pick up, weren't they? So we'd go around theatre every Saturday when we went uptown, go into HMV, get a 7-inch, Jason Donovan, salt and pepper, and then go into a theatre and just get little postcards of movies.
It was on the corner near the bus station, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Look at everybody in the chat. Oh, yeah, you're right, Shabby, on the corner near. Well, that, I just remember where it was, Athena, yeah. Little Kiev balls were ace, says DTM.
Yeah.
Connor's not a fan of garlic, pal.
I do like garlic and chicken. I can't stand orange and chicken or lemon and chicken. That's just for homeless people. That's just disgusting.
Lemon chicken is for homeless. Lemon chicken.
How can people have orange on duck or chicken? What's wrong with it?
Well, what happens when you order a Chinese orange duck?
Well, yeah, what would you sit there and say, I'll have a sandwich? Can I have an orange sandwich, please? You wouldn't, would you? So why would you put it on like your dinner?
You say that, Si, but look at me. Am I gonna fuss about a sandwich?
I can't eat anything like that.
Chicken Kiev with these two, Kobe posh. Yeah, nice
well,
chicken Kiev.
Mark did it the name on the head when he said, like, for a fiver at Iceland. I don't know if that's posh.
Yeah, me and Simon probably bought chicken Fiefs or something like that. Do you know what I mean? The off-brand chock and Fiefs.
Mine still had a fucking beak in it.
Shut up and eat your talon. Oh,
oh no! Yeah.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant! Hey, Jason, everyone's saying over 30 people here already. You absolute legends. Simon, do not mention Louis Vuitton this week, as that's what scored the stream getting nuked last week. Louis Vuitton, Louis Vuitton. Hiya, Georgie. Hiya, lovely lie. That's a nice thing to say. Hiya, Palps. Wow, well, all the cool guys are here, even Darren. Hiya, Darren. You all right? Good old Darren. Bring back video shop. I do miss a video shop. I do. And the nicest thing about posters as well, we've talked about this a few times on different streams, but do you get that thing that obviously when you go to the video shop, you always wanted the latest and greatest, yeah, but you always, if it wasn't there, or you wouldn't just go to the video shop to get a video, would you? You'd get a couple of them, wouldn't you, Si?
Yeah, that was always the case. You go to the video shop and you'd always get 2 films, because you knew you had like 3 days to watch them. Yeah. You'd get one that was new out, and the other one, it just gets something that took your fancy. Hence why I saw so many of these movies in these posters. And another thing I've done, I've not gone for movie posters that everyone loves and everyone knows, like your Indies or your Star Wars or your ETs or anything like that. I've gone purely in my head what I thought, what posters did I love in that video shop? Do you know what I mean?
I've gone for intriguement too, Si. And what I mean by that is when you saw the poster, you're like, what's this going to be about? And all that, you know, we'll go through it as we go through. 100% says, Darren, seeing posters in video shops. Yeah, I think we all did, didn't we? Video stores up me were right type bastards. They never gave out any posters. Si,
you've got to remember, our rooms look like that. I mean, I'm talking for half the chat as well. We're all movie fans. That's why we're all into these franchises and into buying what you're buying today. So obviously, their rooms were a lot like our room, Mark, where they must have been covered in movie posters, covered in posters you got from the video shop, all your favourite films and stuff, all up in a row, Back to the Future, anything like that.
You're right, pal. I mean, look at Steffi. My uncle used to work in the Cambridge cinemas, and he'd save the big movie posters for me. But I was a kid, so it was 100 and Dalmatians and Babe, nothing really else.
Cool,
both of them were awesome, though. They were great posters, to be honest. Yeah. Cranberry sauce is 100% for the homeless.
I agree with that as well, John. Why'd you put like strawberry jam, which I consider cranberry sauce, on your dinner?
Jam,
oh yeah, cranberry sauce, apple sauce, mint sauce, and I can't touch anything like that on a dinner.
For their posters, my movie rental store always said, "Oh, you've missed it. We just gave it away 10 minutes ago." You've got a good friend.
Yeah, you did get that a lot.
You got a pal at the cinema, haven't you? That's worked there for years. I always used to give you the posters.
Oh, Dilly was there 20 years, and I got so many posters out of him because of it. Do you know what I mean? Because someone would come out and say to Dill, "You've got to get me that poster," and he would. Do you know what I mean? He'd always put one to one side and stuff.
Connor says, "I've got a big poster of G-Force." I say poster. It's a photo I took of him through the window when he was getting out. And it had been done in 2x4 foot, but probably brilliant. Hey, I'm not homeless, I'm not homeless yet, Si, and I love lemon chicken.
I'm just saying, Connor might be lucky because for all he knows, he might make 5'4" versions of G-Force, and you can have one in your house sat in front of your collection. So you never know.
Oh, Palps, turn these two up and block out the bang noise. Yeah, and when Simon came on before, about a minute before, there was loads of banging outside size, and you know, how does she can't do with that? My dogs ate it when July
Luckily,
the 4th for us.
my Kira, he's never given a shit. It doesn't bother him. It's never bothered him in the slightest. It never has. But I've had cats in the past, and I know about my brother's dog. They're fracked to death of him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Straight under
yeah.
the table and stuff. And
Movie
but again, they
posters
can
are
hear it a
great.
lot louder than we can. Do you know what I mean? It must be a bit worrying.
The only time
But
for
yeah,
fireworks,
my God.
like I say, our size is July the 4th for me. My dogs hate it, both of them. They're not fans
I was
at
going to
all
say,
of
how
it.
would your dogs be if they were here with all this going on?
Well, they have it, but like I say, just for July the 4th, no, my dogs they don't like it at all. They sit on the couch and they don't move. Do you know what I mean? You can always tell when your dogs are a bit iffy.
And also,
you know
where
what I mean?
you live, it's quite like rurally, isn't it? Where I
Yeah,
am,
it's quiet.
Like it's a road and stuff, so there's loads of people doing it. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what sets the animals off.
Movie posters are great, says Palps, but the artwork on some is amazing, and I agree with that. But not, you know, there's a couple I've picked as well, that it's not just the artwork, it's the aesthetic of it, how it looks, and all that sort of stuff, and what it means. There's some cool stuff. Hi, James, nice to see you, pal. Good old James, is he? Hello, Roland. I catched some of your stream on Saturday. It was funny, say he had 27 people in his chat, 30 people, and I only knew 2 of them. I was like, who are this? Who are all these guys? But it was good. I enjoyed it.
The Spectrum gang.
Yeah, and you remember I was telling you, Si, our dad used to play a game on the Spectrum when he was a kid, and I could never forget. I was like a Rover Jet or something. It wasn't. It was Jet Luna or something, Luna Jet, because Tez showed it on one of his on his YouTube, and I thought, that's it. That's the one. That's the one I always talk about. So I've been getting it wrong for years. But anyway, Steph, I've got Clone Wars on the background and YouTube cranked up to 11. Good stuff. I heard that there are still some video shops in the States, but yep, there's 1 or 2 of them. There is. You're right. I think small towns have a couple of them. They're not massive, but they still have them.
I think the closest we have now to video shops, it's when we go to some of these independent toy sellers, and the shops are done out with movie posters. And you know, you go to these places, some little hideaway haberdashery shops and stuff, and they've got posters up still. And I think that's like the closest probably today we have of them anymore.
Yeah. I suppose you're right, really. Because do they still put movie posters in bus stops, Si, over there?
Yeah.
So you can still get them there. Movie posters is a real lost art form these days. You know what? That's really, really funny, because I didn't want to just pick like stuff as a kid. I wanted to go through them all, and I agree with what John was saying. There's only a handful now over the past, say, 10 years that you think, yeah, that's a good movie poster. So I agree with that, pal. Hello from Belfast, Simon.
Hello there, Claire from Belfast. Is that the accent?
No, I don't know what the accent. It's not like Mrs. Doubtfire. Geek Strong. Oh, Si, ask me where I've put my new lights. Just say, Shabby, where have you put your new lights?
Where have you put your new lights?
Over there.
Do you know what? When he does it, Geek Strong, it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? When you do it, it looks like you're having an aneurysm. It looks like you just pulled something.
I said to Jenny, I've been on this weight kick and so forth, and I said, what's the word to describe me? She went, dumpling. Dumpling, Si. Charming. Dumpling.
I agree with it.
We would have had some fantastic B movies at the video shops because all the big movies were out. That's the thing. And I remember when Blockbuster first came, they used to have 10 of the set of the main movie. So you never really, but I remember that if you didn't get to the offie quick, do you know what I mean? You didn't see it for ages, did you? Hiya, John. Nice to see you, pal. So Mr. McGuire size just got the Star Wars cantina and he set it all up and he sent me some pictures. It looks cool. He's done a really good job with it. Stu says, do you think today's movie poster is as good as movie poster from the 70s, 80s, 90s? No, 100%.
There was a comment just then that you just read out. I can't remember who it was. But you're right. Today it just seems to be Photoshop has killed movie posters. There are still some great posters if you have a good look. And all the big franchises like your Avengers and your Potters and your Supermans, they will always have fantastic posters. But as an art form for everything else, it's dead, which is a shame.
The funniest thing is, I had an idea though, and I wonder if the chat might be interested in this too, of doing fan movie posters, because some fans, they make some of the best movie posters I've ever seen. They're better than the actual movie ones. So I was thinking, Si, we'll have a chat about it after this if this goes well. And I was thinking of doing, you know, a fan movie, but all the fan made ones and the custom ones. Some of them are absolutely brilliant, Simon. Travels with Jason said, I was always buying movie posters from my video shop back in the day from 20p up to 50p each.
Well, that was another exciting thing about going to the video shop, because you'd get your films, you was on the under, you might get a standee, or you might get a couple of posters thrown in, or, you know, it's like how you did when you was a kid.
Yeah. I agree with that, Si. Yeah, no, they're not, Stu. You're exactly right. Si, have you got any movie posters for the Behind the Black Curtain videos? Asking for Shabby.
Thank you.
Behind the Black Curtain. How long has this been on? It has been on, our good friend Gilster. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's it. So you've got plenty of time, Gilster. Got plenty of time.
We haven't shown one poster yet.
No, we haven't. No, we'll get there. Some of my cats, I don't care about the bangs. Yeah, some cats don't. Some cats do.
So my cat's like Fifi. Fifi is the nice name for a cat. Fifi, come on, Fifi. Oh, can you hear him now? I can hear him now. Fifi, dinner time, Fifi.
5'4" G-force. I get two, one to open and one to keep boxed. Let me show you what I've got. So this, I bought this. Now, Star Wars. This is Star Wars. I'll tell you all right now. And this is a figure I've never ever had it, Si. And I'm 4 off collecting the whole 96. And Jeff Barker was selling this, and he gave me a brilliant price. I've got to give him credit. So if he watches this back, thank you so much, Jeff Barker. It was really, really good price. But I've never had this simply because we never had it as a kid. I've never had it ever. Always put it in a Victoria Beckham box. Look at that. Or should I say Lady Beckham, Si? Lady Beckham.
Lady Beckham, see you.
Lady Beckham. Oh, so look at the way he's wrapped it all and everything. I can't believe after all these years I finally have this. And I've got the weapon and I've got the stand.
Right, let's have a look at the weapon. We'll have a guess who it is. Show me the weapon. Show me the weapon. Oh. Princess Leia.
No, got Princess Leia. The Imperial Gunner.
Oh, man. That figure always reminded me of Action Force. Always.
And it is absolutely mint condition. Look at it. So I just need 3. I need 8D8, a man, and an A-Wing pilot, and that's it. I've got all the 96. But after, well, I'm 50 now, so after all these years to finally, I've never even held this figure or anything. But I can't believe it.
Pilot's the one that look like they've got the rugby balls on their head. Either side. It's
same as the B-Wing pilot.
There's a few of them here.
It was green and not red. But thank you, Jeff. That's awesome. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. God, I've got a vintage Star Wars figure for donkey's years, Si. There it is. Right, so I got that. And, Si, the lovely Miriam and Gerard sent me a package. I couldn't believe it. I thought that was dead nice of him. So...
Live unboxing. Have you not opened it?
No, what the heck? No, I'd rather have this the reaction. I've always done that. Every time someone sent me something, I've always made a video of it without opening it or be on a live stream. I think it's just common courtesy. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I haven't me because I'm a bit of a twat, so people might send me a dead cat or something.
Okay. Oh, I had wrapping paper on it, bless him. Wow, they've sent me loads of stuff. So I'll fly through this as fast as I can. Oh, they've got stuff for Christmas too, so I'm not going to open that. I'm not going to open it till Christmas. What nice people.
There's two bits to give me something to my birthday. I went, can I open up my birthday?
Hope you had the best birthday and enjoyed the celebrations. Enjoy the few treats. Lots of love, Miriam and Gerard. And look, they couldn't get 50 big enough, could they?
I turned all my cards around. I couldn't have them facing me.
Right. So let's have a look. No way. Is it? I've got some Benson's Chinese curry sauce. Is it curry sauce? Yeah. Awesome. Instead of gravy, curry sauce. Nice one. Right. So that's for Jen's tree, so I won't open that. That's for all these are for Christmas. Wow. Wow. Oh, you know me, you can tell them watched. Curry sauce and gravy, you legends. Absolutely legends.
Like, send him some bloody gravy, shut him up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, brilliant. Oh,
Connor here said Benson's is the best.
Benson's.
Yeah, that's
so nice.
Curry sauce.
Cookies.
Yeah. Keep them away from Jen.
For Mark C. So all these I'll open at Christmas because Simon always does a Christmas Day stream, so I'll open them at Christmas. But thanks for the stuff for Jen too. That's really and this. What are them, Si? Toffee Pops. I've never heard of them.
Again, there'll be Connor and one of the Irish will tell us in the chat.
And they've sent me a Masters of the Universe, which is very difficult for me because I've got most of them, but I haven't got this one. I haven't got it.
That, innit? Out of all the ones you've got, they send you one you don't have.
No way, Mossman. It's funny. If you look behind me, you can see all my room's getting damaged. You know, it's all broken up and so forth. I've put my Masters of the Universe there, and I put new lights in. So I'll open that, and that'll go with it all. Thank you so much, man. That is
a good
awesome.
pair, aren't they? Great pair, aren't they?
Blows me away. Just blows me away. I've always said it. I always get. I mean, I know I can never shut the France up, but I always get humbled when people send stuff because it's just like they're thinking about you, aren't they? And it always does something.
You got to remember about them too. In all the years I've known them, in all these years, who have they never not supported in this community?
Yeah,
absolutely everybody. They're always there. They're there for you to talk to. They're in everybody's streams. They support everybody. I think the world of the pair of them.
Dog seems to suffer worse from fireworks than cats. Yeah, thank you, Miriam and Gerard. That's really, really nice of you. Fireworks drive. Fireworks drive my ducks quackers. There you go. There you go. Oh, let's have a look. Des T sent. Oh no, that's not for me. Yes, Si, you nailed the Belfast accent. There you go, Si. You sound just like him. Great Welsh accent, Si. Nearly as good as Juice Connery. Tip off the cap to everyone in the chat, says Gilster. Si, you should go to Belfast and show them your accent.
What do you say? How did he talk? I'm trying to get my accent in my ear. I can't hear it. What did he say?
Get down downstairs now. Andy, get downstairs now.
No.
Sorry, well. We used to have a neighbourhood video place when the owner passed away. His son sold all the movie posters and VHS tapes to a local collector. I still collect videotapes. I got that Ewok one last week, but I only collect pop cult like Star Wars ones or Indiana Jones. Because if you go down, or if I find a Pee-wee one, I'll definitely get that. But if you go down that route, you know, all right.
I'm a nerd. I've got every one from being a kid, every video. And in 1999, because of the year 2000 and all that, I literally taped everything you can think of in that year. And I've got a big box and they're full of VHSs. And I bought a DVD VHS converter where it's like a VHS system, but it converts all your VHSs onto DVD. But I've never used it. I haven't used it in never.
Wow.
I could do.
Top thank you, Shabby. Yeah, I can't believe I got it. So that's really nice of him. Of Jeff to send me that. Hey, Delvian, I hope your cat's okay. Mine's under the bath at the moment. Yeah, bless him. So Delvian's here. DTM saying hello. Our cats are all out terrorizing the neighborhood, probably stealing fireworks. Benson's is the best. Yeah, I'll definitely do. What do you put in it? You'll have to tell me, Mimi and Joe. Is it, do you mix water in it somewhere, or is it like a... what are you laughing at? Well, you know what I mean? Like, is it a spice that you put water in? And like,
it's curry sauce. So you warm it up and you just pour it on. Yeah.
You don't have toffee pop. I've never heard of toffee pops. No, I can't wait to get involved. And I'm hiding them too, Si, because the little sods in my house. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, my mum will send me a quality street. They're all gone. Toffee pops are awesome. All right, cheers, John. All right, we do have toffee pops. They just don't last long in the cupboard. I bet they don't. Yeah. They only sold in posh supermarkets like Harrods.
Oh, so Steph buys them then?
No, thank you so much. That's awesome of you. That's really nice of you. I started to do a hamper for Dean in Thailand. I have you? So, that's nice of you to do that for him.
Yeah, taking things from home. Yeah.
Me and Gemma are absolutely so. You all are, but yeah, it's nice that it blows me away a bit. And I've said it a few times before, but I don't expect anything of anybody ever. Our style contest to that. Every time our style always turn around, Shabby, do you want this? Shabby, do you want that? And I always say to him, no, enjoy yourself. Just have it, you know what I mean? So for people to spend their own money or think about me or do something like that, I'm blown away by it. So thank you so much, Miriam and Gerard. Wow. Connor, it's a personal mission to save them from before the best before day. Yeah, I'm really down at the bottom side. We have a petition with Dublin City Council to have a statue of Mary.
I signed it. I signed that petition.
I signed it. Also collect some VHS test depend. Yeah, I'm the same as you, Rob. It just depends on what it is. Yeah. I had one of those VHS to DVD machines to convert my Doctor Who and physical education.
Yeah, I've just never used it, Kieran. I've had it there for years and years. I just never. Then again, I better had use it soon because not really much telly's take start leads, do they? Yeah. So, see, I'm not as thick as you think, Mark. You put it in a pot, mix it with water, and heat it up. Oh,
you think? Thank you, Vivian. You need to get a proper personal shopper's old stuff. Right, well, there you have it. We've done all the start. Let's get to movie posters. So there's no order, there's no top 10, there's no top 5. It's just ones that me and Si have picked out. And we want you all to join in too, because there's 40 of you in. So let's start with this. So the first one is this one. Now, I've never seen this movie, Si. I've never seen it.
Oh, do you know, this is one of them House and House 2 with the poster that was like that.
Yeah.
Again, look at that poster. And as a kid that only ever wanted to be an artist as a kid, that's all I ever wanted to do. It's posters like this that just used to blow my arse off. Like how creepy that hand is on that door. And it's drawn. Do you know what I mean? That's a painted poster. And it just never left me. The film, I cannot remember how. All I remember much about is that the guy from American Hero was in it. And I never remember his name. You know, the American guy that was in everything. He's in it. And I remember it was like his auntie's house or something. She'd left him this house, and when he got there, like it was the house that was haunted. The house was crazy with demons and stuff. But again, I'm not going off the movie or anything. It was the posters that I'm going off tonight, and that poster I just used to adore every time I went to the VHS shop. I love that poster.
I have to admit, Arcade, I've never. I remember seeing this poster. I do remember this poster, and I suppose. I like the way you're thinking. You being an artist, and you've looked at that, and and that's all hand drawn, is it, Si? That's not.
Yeah, it's a hand drawn poster. Yeah, and again, as a kid, I loved it. I loved that doorbell. I love everything about that poster. And the second one was good because the second one had the hand going like that because it was for two. Do you know what I mean? So it's just a poster. I always loved, and it's funny how like even now you remember fonts and stuff. Like even the font of that house writing, I just always remembered. Do you know what I mean? And
is this a horror movie, Arcade?
Yeah.
It's a horror movie, right? And it's from the... What era would you say it's from, Si?
Oh, I'd say 84, 83, 82. Really old. I remember this poster when I was like 11, 12.
Wow. House is a good one, says RDTM. I had a feeling Si would go with that one. William Catt is the star of House and the Great American Hero TV show.
William Catt, he's that guy that you see him all the time, who's in the American Hero show, but you never remember his name.
Thanks, Kevin, for that. Yeah, you keep
Carrie as well,
You keep these going, buddy, and then we can talk even more about this. He was also in the original Carrie in The Return of Perry Mason. Cheers, Kieran. That's awesome. So George George says it was 86. Wow.
Yeah, I remember being about 11, 12, like I said, when this poster was out, and it's just one of them posters that I just adored.
Darren says class poster, right? Yeah, I've got to admit, Simon, I do remember vividly the poster. Do you know what I mean? Remember the and I remember now you said that, so I do remember the number 2 and they putting the 2 up for the second one. But I'm not going to watch a horror movie in the 80s. What was a pal? I always mix up the House with Amityville Horror, but I 100% remember this poster. Yeah. Hi, Mr. B, good to see you, pal. Right, the good start.
And again, that's the faction of tonight. The faction of tonight is the posters you remembered, not the movie, not the trailer, not any of that. Even if it's great, we can talk about that. But it's what specifically pulled you into the art of these posters. That again was another one for me, Daryl.
Yeah,
data analyzing robotic youth life form. It's such a top film, though, wasn't it? And even that poster, I mean, look at the art on the front of that. It looks like the Firefox on it. Do you know what I mean? A little kid, helmet on. You're like, is he piloting that? And again, it's a film I never saw till I saw on VHS. And you know what I mean? What a great poster that is. Just brilliant.
How many times do you think you'd have seen it? This is a poster I 100% remember. I love this film, but I love the poster. The poster's super cool. And you've shown 2 already that are drawn. These are all painted and drawn, Si.
Yeah.
Does that stand out to someone like you
that's
more?
What a lot of us complain about today, don't we? The lack of this sort of art style in posters where now it's mostly photoshopped, it's digitalized. Nothing wrong with that. Get some, but you'll never get the art preference like you got back in these days.
Do you think, Simon?
I said 3.
Do you think the reason they did this, pal, and went all out with these posters and painted them and so forth, is the same way as they did with like the Spectrum games, or the same way they did with comic front covers of the comic card, is to draw you in? Because obviously there was no social media back then and all that sort of stuff. It's the poster that got you on it, Si, to be honest.
But it wasn't just that, it was everything. Album covers, comic book covers. As a kid, I used to always say to myself, why is this cover twice as better as the artwork in the comic?
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I had to differentiate that some artists just do purely covers because they're a bit slower than normal graphic artists, and they take the time and they can make a fantastic piece of work. And others are built for doing the comic book runs and the strips. And I think it's the same for posters. I think, you know, when you've got a lot of time on your hands to get posters done because people give you enough time to do it. Do you know what I mean? And it's not just, we've got to get this out, got 2 weeks to get me on, boom, boom, boom with a poster. And again, beautiful artwork, great poster. I'll always remember it.
Stu says, I remember the Dell poster, but I don't remember Si said on it. Si, I was looking at Dell, and then I realised, Si, you put your head at the
Well, I do that because I've always got so many pictures in. So if I put my head at the bottom, I know which one's the centre mark.
Gilson says, never seen or heard of that. Gilson, that surprises me, you being a movie buff.
Treat yourself.
You treat yourself, Gilson. You'll love it. I can't really remember. I don't want to give it away now if Gilson's not seen it, but was he like a robot or an android, or was it he had a special power? Because there was something about it when it was.
If you've not seen it, just remember there's some things that used to plug into him. Remember his head thing. There's no point reading it if people haven't seen it. It's a great film, Daryl. It's back in the days of the 80s where it's a pure popcorn movie. And it's that kid from Never Ending Story, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I've been plugged many times, but I wasn't in this movie.
I tell you what I did do a lot. As I got older a lot, I did get this movie mixed up with Flight the Navigator a lot. Them two movies sort of blended into each other. Because, you know, when we Flight the Navigator, when he spends time at NASA and all that and everything, and Sarah Jessica Parker and stuff, and they sort of blended into the same film for me as I got older.
That's true, yeah. How many of covers had sexy ladies on the front, but never in the film or comic book called Games, as they know? Yeah, that's one thing. It was what your eye was drawn to, wasn't it, really?
Yeah.
Kieran says, Gilster, it's a fantastic sci-fi movie with young Daryl Kidd as the lead. It's the same. He was the same kid who was in Never Ending Story. It's the same kid.
He was about, wasn't he? Yeah, he was the one that read the book when he got the book.
Right, let's move on to the next one. 2 good starts so far.
Again, look at that. Still iconic to this day. 1988's Akira. It's probably, to me, and to most anime fans, the greatest anime movie that's ever been made, ever. And when that, again, posters like that will never, ever leave me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of them that I saw that in a video shop. That's where I first had any inclination of Akira, was in a video shop.
Yeah.
Rest is history. Look at it. Mint.
I've got this T-shirt, but it's Pee-wee. It's Pee-wee. Same artwork side, but it's Pee-wee, and it's Pee-wee's bike. Instead,
yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it's really good. But again, that bike, the katana.
Now, you go on about this movie for ever since I've known you, basically. You love it. So I thought one night I'll watch this, and I watched the start. It's like a bar fight at the start in a club or a bar or something. They kick it off, and I thought, this is awesome. Now I can understand why Si likes it. But I was baffled, Si. I was shocked when I found out that this movie's from 1988. I honestly thought it was in late 90s, early 2000s. Honestly did, because I don't remember Akira as a kid at all. So
for me, it's the classic 2D animation. It's just amazing what they can do in this film for 2D. Do you know what I mean? And even though you think it's computer graphics and all that, it isn't. And that's what always amazed me about it. Poster's just amazing in it. That bike, everyone wants that bike, don't they? Everyone.
The guy that drew this, is he like an anime artist, or is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a manga. That's what it is. Akira is a manga. It's been going years, still going now.
Yeah,
and it's a serial, so it's just made. And yet, you know, after all these years of watching this film so many times, I still haven't got a clue what it's about. I'm foggiest. It's the most baffling movie you'll ever watch in your life, and I'd be a liar to say, "Oh no, this, and this." And I think that's why it's never truly, because remember, Hollywood went a bit of a thing adapting a lot of mangas. We got Ghost in the Shell, we got Battle Angel Alita, and there was a lot of talk of making this with Keanu Reeves. And then it just sort of fell apart. And I think it's because they thought, how can we do this in live action? How like people be like, what the hell?
Do you think they could do it in live action?
No, and going off Cowboy Bebop and going off Ghost in the Shell and things, the perfect as they are, just perfect. You can live action them, yeah, it's just another version of them, but it'll never be the anime Akira, never.
Keith says, notice the typo on the Akira poster right at the bottom, the day. Let's have a look.
No, I didn't.
No, let's have a look. Saturday something. No, I know you have to tell me where, Keith. I can't see it where. Let's have a look. Hey, Mr. B, great little film, says Jason. Akira pretty much started the manga and anime push into the West Side. Do you agree with that, what Jono says?
I do, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of television serials coming over, like Lupin the Third and Gatchaman, Ultraman, but this was the one that I think the Westerners thought, oh man, this is like
the best one.
I agree with that. It did sort of start the ball rolling, if you like me. Take this a little bit more seriously. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, they've wrote Saturday. Oh yeah, look, Saturday.
Saturday.
Oh, brilliant. Tuesday, I've seen it. 100% don't know what it's about. One between power active. I was like, what? What are you talking about? That's how they pronounce it. Yeah, it's Saturday.
Yeah. So again, Akira, I love it. If you've never seen it, don't go watch it for a masterpiece of a movie. You won't even know what it's on about. But for the art style of it, blow your arse off.
Oh, yeah.
Again, a movie poster that was in every single video shop we probably went in as a kid. Every single one. And it always looked at it, and even in that one poster there, it just explains there what you are going to be watching. It's crazy.
I would say this is an iconic poster because every time you say the word airplane, it's one of those rarities that you think of the poster as well as the movie. You do think of the plane with the knot in it and so forth.
That's it. This poster was everywhere though, but I also remember it on standees floating from the ceiling and stuff, and especially Airplane 2 as well. And because we were at that time, weren't we, 85, 86, at these movies a lot earlier, we're getting transferred over to VHS, so we managed to get to see all this stuff. Yeah. And again, just an iconic poster in it, like you said. It's just, you know what it is exactly just by looking at it.
It's one of those movies as well, I think, Airplane. It doesn't matter how many times, it always makes you laugh, always. Because I tried watching that new Naked Gun. I turned it off with 20 minutes ago.
And listen, as a Python fan, I've always said to myself, if there was one movie that was ever close to Life of Brian, to the Holy Grail, it was this one. Because even to this day, you laugh your head off at this film.
George says, I saw it in the cinema when I was 10. Lots of bouncer bits. Yeah. It's great.
It is a naughty film, though. When you was a kid, though, you felt a bit special watching it because it is a naughty film, isn't it? I'll always remember the jokes. She's in the hospital. Why was it? Why? What is it? It's a big building with sick people, but that's not important right now. It's just stupid, isn't it? And that's the funniest thing about jokes that go over your head as a kid, because as you get older, it's
completely agree. Funny. I always think that about the Carry On movies. So when I watched that documentary I talked about on ZSR about a month ago, I went and watched a couple of them, and I tell you what, they just hold up. They're just stupid. And just, and this is up there, in it. It really is. Yeah. And Don't Call Me Shirley. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's stuff like that. It's just...
But again, it's one of them posters, like you walked in every video shop, that poster was there on the wall. There it is.
Yeah.
And I wonder how much it would be for these sort of posters today. What price do you think you'd pay for an original Airplane poster?
Oh, it must be a fortune. Do you know, it's funny that because doing this sign, I know I've had a week off from streaming or whatever. I watched a couple of things, and some of these, it's like the Metropolis poster went for millions. The original Metropolis poster from the early 1920s, whatever, sold for like nearly, if you sold it 10 years ago, but if you did the exchange rate or whatever and the inflation rate, it's in its millions. And it's just funny, isn't it, how people pay for this sort of stuff for posters. And I love those.
Was it? Was it 1923 that was out, Metropolis?
Something like that. Site was really,
Was
really.
it earlier than that?
Might even have been earlier than that. And the other thing I watch as well, site and wanted to talk to you in the chat about is restoring posters. You know, I watch all these people; they get all the water in these, and I'm like, oh, you're gonna. But some of the work that these people can do is ridiculous. Would you ever do that, site? Would you, if you had a really old vintage poster? Would you restore it? Simon?
I'll tell you something. This is really weird you brought that up because me and DTM and Helen, they came to Blackpool a few weeks back, and we went round to Brooks Collectibles, which is a big museum collectible vintage toy shop in Blackpool. If you've never seen it or heard of it, just type in Brooks Collectibles on YouTube. It's a great shop.
Yeah.
Anyway, as we're there, he's got these really two big posters, and the vintage, and they're both Neil Adams, and one's Superman and one's Batman. But they're tatty, but they're in frames, but they've all been tatted up. And I would, you know me for Neil Adams artwork, I would love these posters. But I watched them videos that you talked about when they do the whitewash and they brought a big Superman poster out and it was like on a big like card. They look beautiful. But then I thought, does that devalue that poster? Well, how does your poster value standing having things like that done? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
because I would love them two posters, and I would love them in that tidy condition that then people do it in. But would I do it? Would I do it to them posters?
That's the thing. But I mean, you've got to have a real talent for that, man. Because you know the way they wet it through and get the dirt off, and then they paint it back in, and it's just amazing. I mean, what a talent to have. I love this movie site, and I love this. Now, there was loads of different. I wanted to find the original one for this, but I've loved this movie since I was a kid. It was just intrigued by it. And if you watch it now, the actual story of Rear Window, the voyeurism of it and so forth, it's just unbelievable. But I love old posters like this. And I just thought this was a cool poster simply because it represents what the film is. Do you know what I mean? It's got people's windows and what he was doing and having a look and so forth. And I don't know. I just think
there's something really clever about this film. I can't remember it, but it's the way that they set up looking out the window outside. Because if you remember, you're always in them binoculars that go like that in every single shot. And I think there was a special setup that they did for outside to get that. If I can remember it, I think they did it like our cartoon shows filmed, like it slants in front of slants and bits so they could get that perfect. But I always remember that being a really impressive effect how they did the end of it. It's a great film, Rear Window, And
I just posters like that, you see, when I look like posters like this with the old retro style 50s looks, you know, but they're also posters that you don't even have to be a movie buff to put this up. You could just look nice in your front room or in a kitchen or whatever, do you know, a hallway or whatever. I just think it's a really cool picture. Grace Kelly, you know what I mean? James Stewart. I just think it's, you know, awesome. So yeah, I love old Hitchcock movies, and I like I've said before, I like watching old movies, and this is up there with one of them. Again, this is a movie I never get tired of watching. Either Via Window, love it. Yeah,
it's a great film. Yeah, and that poster, like you said, look at that vibrant red and everything. It speaks from the times of that font. But then look at the bottom picture down. It's still got that sort of sexiness. Come and watch these films. You know, I think women, especially in these days, they've played a lot of time in posters bringing the men in, if you'll have me. Do you know what I mean? There was always that sort of radication when you look at that. Like today, it's everywhere. It's not a thing today. But back in these days, it was. So I think maybe a bit of titillation did really well for these posters, bringing people in. Do you know what I mean?
Good point. Never seen it.
I love Tremors. I've only seen 3 of them. I love the first one, but again, I used to look at that poster as a kid and think, I've got to see this film. Look at that; it just looks crazy. And again, the 3 films now all blend into each other with me. I can't remember off by heart. I remember certain things, you know. And I'm just going through these posters. It is one that said, I'm going to go back and watch these. Do you know what I mean? Because I remember loving them as a kid. But again, that poster there is I love it. It's so grisly in it.
Yeah. So what with the underground or something? That's what the Tremor is in the case. Because I've never seen one of them.
They used to come out and you used to have to stand on. Remember, they used to jump from them little mountains of stones in between.
Yeah.
Just a great film.
Rear Window was one of Hitchcock's experiment movies where he wanted to film the whole movie on a sound. Yeah, he did. Yeah, they actually removed the ground floor of the soundstage to use as the base. But it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful set. Do you know what I mean? It really is. And even Steph saying, yes, she loves it. It's a great movie. Kevin Bacon is the first Tremors and the blonde girl from Jurassic Park. So what's it about? They go on holiday or something, or there's just they live on the outskirts?
I know that they get to this like a little Sandusky town and stuff, and they keep hearing things, and people are disappearing, a bit like Jaws. And then they come across it, and they're like the big earthworms underneath, and they eat people. And there's some mad scenes in it. But what was great was a tension build because like they'd been running from these rocks and they're trying to get over the sand to get back into the truck. Do you know what I mean? But if these heard any sound whatsoever, that's what set them off. It was the tremors under the earth that would set these creatures out. Again, I'd be a liar to say that I was a massive fan of them and I love these films. I love the first three, but I can't. They've all mixed up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going off that poster, it was just one poster that when I saw, I thought, I have got to see this film.
Yeah, it is. It looks inspired by Jaws. Now, it's the first time I've seen this poster, and it says.
But again, like all posters, there are a few different posters. There are a few different diversions of each one. So I just picked the one that I really liked, the one that I remembered.
Yeah, it's cool. But what year is this? Is this 80s as well, Si?
Oh, I don't think it's as old as that. No, I think 1989. Might even be 92. Yeah. I know it was later on.
Let's have a look. Oh, Tremors, good little B movie, I would say, says Jason.
Yeah.
Reba knows how to use a gun. Is that a line?
Oh, well, that's my favourite line to his dad when he goes, "Dad, do I get a gun?" And he turns around to me and goes, "Son, I wouldn't give you a gun if it was World War III." I'll never forget that line. Never forget it.
The young girl from Jurassic Park is the Pogo girl from Tremors. Oh, right. So it must have been early 90s then, Si. Must have been. Yeah, must have been. Tremors, there you go. Right, there's one. Let's get to it next. Oh, now, suppose you think about movies, you think, oh, well, and I've just went to see this as well. I went to see it the weekend, the 40th anniversary of it. But look at that poster. That is a super, super cool poster, I think. The DeLorean opened up. He's got the tire. I love that poster, Si.
Again, sure that's Drew Struzman, wasn't it? He did the Back to the Future poster.
Yeah.
Might not be. I think it was, but I'm not 100% on that. But I like the way in the second one they added like the dog behind him as well, and then got built up to him. Again, every video shop had that poster in. That font to you is as famous as the McDonald's, as the Batman logo, as everything else. You don't even know anything just to look at that font and say, "Yeah."
That's what I mean. It's one of those. Poster. It's an iconic poster, isn't it? We all know what that. If you took the Back to the Future logo off that, we all know what that is. You know what I mean? It's just a brilliant, brilliant poster. Tremors is such an awesome movie. TV show was pretty damn good too. Was there a TV show as well? I didn't know that. I'll have to watch it. I'll have to see what it's like. Hi, Biker. Nice to see you, pal. Top. It is though, isn't it? It's a top poster. It really is. And it was great seeing this at the weekend, Si. It was great. My little boy, 13, loved it.
They're just great to have on in the background, aren't they? And you know, when times like this, Christmas time, it starts to get darker. That this film's special in it when it's always on.
Yeah. Back to the Future, November the 5th, a red letter day. It's the day Doc discovered the flux capacitors. You see how professional we are, Sam? We've all tied it in.
Tying it all in.
We all tied it in. Back to the Future forever. I know DTM. It's just a classic, in it. It really is. The Back to the Future font is just as well known as the movie poster itself, in my opinion. 100% agree with you. Yeah. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hiya, BOE. Hit that like button, please, if you have 10 seconds. Well, that's lovely of you. Yeah, if you can, that'd be great. Thank you all so much. That's really nice. Right, so there's Back to the Future, Si. Anything else to say about that?
What do you like about it? Why do you? What is it about this poster that you've pulled? Why have you pulled this one?
Nostalgia, to be honest. I mean, that's exactly what it is. You know, when you think about, it's funny, isn't it? We said at the start of this stream, you know, where did you get your posters from? And you said, oh, you picked the stuff that you remember in VHSs and off licenses and video stores. Well, name me a time in your life since you were 10 that you don't remember or seeing this poster.
I just think a lot of it is the power of this poster, especially the color palette of it. Because when you think about it, you look at it, that's the poster that basically he's got a futuristic car in the sense of what 85 was. And it's just a beam of light coming out of it. But it's that intoxicating to look at. You're like, what the hell is this about? Do you know what I mean? And you see, he's a young kid. He's a kid like you want to be like. You know, we all wanted to be Marty McFly when we were 10 years
king of the 80s on the poster. King of the 80s. I mean.
It's so strange sometimes how posters that are so simplified when you actually look at them, pull you in and you remember more than others that have been a year's been spent on them.
Yeah, because you can't even tell that that's a DeLorean, really. Do you know what I mean?
It's just the side of a car, doors open, but you know it's a bit cool, like a Lamborghini sort of sense car, because you haven't seen this film yet, so you've no idea what this time machine is.
Yeah.
You look at the door pop up open at the top, boost door and stuff, and it's only a beam of light coming out of it. Yet you're like, I've got to see this. I've got to see it.
Got to see it. Exactly. I mean, if there's a movie poster that sums up the 80s, I think this is the one, isn't it? Really is.
Yes.
Never seen it. Never seen.
Do you know what? Even from the very start, where the guy is carrying furniture and scratches his hand on that nail, this is one mint movie. And that poster, it's as iconic to me as a Nightmare on Elm Street poster. How Hellraiser hasn't had the big rerun like all these other ones have, I'll never know. It's such a great story featuring the Pandora's box, and when he opened that thing, my God. And it's just a great poster, that first look at Pinhead. Do you know what I mean? Because I remember at the time being a bit like, no, it's no Freddy Krueger. But I tell you, he became his own character massively in the horror world.
I've never seen it.
For me, I've noticed myself as well how many horror posters I've actually pulled out from the Love of the 80s movie posters in video shops. This was another one in every single video shop you went in.
Yeah, Oppie, Darren, Jono, they're all loving this movie. I've never seen it, but I do remember this poster, Si. I do remember
it's not for you. I know what you're like with movies, and it's not for you, Mark. It isn't. Do you know what I mean? But again, time's passed. If you can sit through Ed Gein and stuff like that, you can sit through this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hellraiser's
mad film.
This was one that was like a nightmare, wasn't it? It went on and on. There's Hellraiser 4, 5, one there.
Well, I remember Hellraiser 1 to 3, but again, after that, I couldn't tell you if there was a rerun. But I'm just surprised that the world of today and the horror industry never been as big with your Monster Paloozas and all this going on, that this hasn't been revitalized. I'll Scream has, but this hasn't.
Did they not make it again with a woman, Hellraiser, or was the woman in it like a bride of him?
Could not tell you.
For some reason, is it so good? You see, I've got no chance. I'm Mr. B. I'll be blooming. Although I did watch that Ed Game, which was weird, but so good. That's probably what put me off. They remade Hellraiser,
but again, I didn't
like it. Yeah, got it. Hellraiser in space was a thing. Was it in space for its time?
Hellraiser in space.
Hi, Keith. He says, hi, everyone. Never watched the Hellraiser poster. Hellraiser, as the poster scared the shit out of me. Pins in the head. F that. I think that's what it is. Sometimes a poster will speak to you as a child as well, won't it? So I agree with what
keeps it the nail on the head. You don't have to remember these films. You don't even have to have seen them. The point is, you do remember that poster, because as a kid, every video shop and Blockbusters and all your little ones, you'd go in, that poster would always be there. So it's a film that you always, even if you're a bit scared of, or you'll always remember that poster, whether you've seen it or not.
That's a good point. Yeah, so I agree with Keith. You see this and you think this ain't for me. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think the poster does speak for itself in that circumstance, doesn't it, Si? He also says, never seen this either. Not much of a horror, so we're not allowed to watch these films. There's a point.
Yeah.
Me and Si were like, I mean, when we were at my grandma's, we were allowed to watch. But
this is when you went round to your mate's Christian Gables and he's going, guess what? Guess what I've got? My brother's rented it out. I've got Hellraiser. So you're like, yeah, mint. Do you know what I mean? It was one of them films. Your mum would never let you get Hellraiser out, but you certainly saw it.
Good old Coughlin's here. Oi, oi. Hey, pal. Nice to see you. I thought Hellraiser was Nick Cage's autobiography. Maybe it was, The fourth Hellraiser film was set in the future and in space.
In space.
I never knew that. I never knew
Probably went for a bit of an Aliens vibe, didn't they?
I don't know, mate. Don't know. Next one.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic poster, kid. Said it all again, done it? Simple as it is. Like behind the fence with a few BMXs, that was your bike there, left behind that fence. So this is the thing I spoke. It
doesn't matter where in the world you're from. Yeah, I mean, and the thing is about it, what does this poster give away?
Absolutely nothing. But I haven't seen the Explorers and that sort of look from that sort of time where you saw E.T., Star Wars, a starry background all of a sudden didn't mean look at the stars. It was like, this is a space adventure. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I loved about it.
Obviously, you go through the posters, and I think this was one of the first ones, like a Star Wars one that doesn't give you the date or the time or the name. It just says Star Wars. This was their first one of them, if you will. Because afterwards, or when it came out on VHS, whatever, it had the three lads on it and it showed the aliens. But this is the first one. And you're exactly right. This poster means so much to me. And it gives it that, it was like what Des is saying, man, that it's got a very Stranger Things vibe to it. And I think the Duffer Brothers who make it, they've got to watch stuff like this and be intrigued by it, because that to us as kids, your BMXs, your skateboard, eerie space, do you know what I mean? The light, it just brilliant.
Well, that's how
poster.
things like these posters work, because if you was to take everything from that fence away, if you was to take them BMXs and that skateboard away, all of a sudden you've got a horror movie on your hands, or you've suddenly got a new thing, or you know what I mean? It's just little certain things that got you excited because it looks a little bit dark, but your BMX bike's there, so you wanted to see it. You know, oh, it's got to be with kids in it. This great film.
He says you
That's
can't
true.
beat it. That's
Well,
true.
no, you can't beat a signed Red Army poster.
Yeah, Desti, that's where Stranger Things nicked it from. I think they do a good job, the Duffer Brothers, as well. They pay homage to a lot of it, but they do it in a nice way. You know what I mean? They do really good. But Explorers is, I mean, the movie's awesome, but that poster, they are. Even DTM saying it's a great poster. Oh, watch it. Yeah. Never seen it, but it seems way before their time. It is brilliant. Honestly, man. It's like Goonies and that kind of, about these three lads that, you know what I mean? Well, I'm not going to tell you. You'll have to watch it, but I enjoy
no spoilers. Watch it. It's a great film.
Explorers, The Gap in the Fence. When I was a kid, I'd be through there in a heartbeat, then find a sodding.
Yeah, but again, it has that thing about, doesn't it? That aesthetic there was so thought about these sorts of things back in the day.
Yeah, the word you look for is borrowed. I agree. Yeah, it's borrowed, isn't it? I love that sort of stuff. Yeah, Gilson said it's a great movie. It is a great film. River Phoenix was in Explorers. So was Ethan Hawke. Ethan Hawke was in it. It was who else was in it? It was River Phoenix, Ethan Hawke, and it was the other kid wasn't in a lot of other stuff though, was he? He didn't do that much stuff. The other one, so. Yeah, which is a kid's sci-fi mystery movie comedy. Yeah, it's a great film. The Last Starfighter. Yeah, that's a good one. That's what the poster says to me. The temptation for kids. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like the poster says adventure, doesn't it, Si?
This is how you got your videos, because like I said, you'd go in, you'd rent a video that was new out. A new video out, VHS, times come in, you get your phone call, videos in, you go and get it. But while you're there, you pick something else. If it wasn't for posters like this all around these buildings, you would never watch half the stuff you watched.
Yeah, I agree with that, buddy. I completely agree with that. It's an awesome poster, isn't it? And we've got over 40 people, 42 people. Thank you all so much. And thanks for joining in, and keep up with the comments, because me and Si love the fact that you're getting involved and you're interacting with us. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Again,
the original movie poster. Now there's the other one again. We've got the four lads at the top in this head, but that's just four lads going on an adventure. And if you've not seen Stand By Me, it's I love this film, but that poster is everything in it. Again, your group of friends, an innocent time on its side, no bills, no families to pay for, no mortgage. And look at it, just four lads on an adventure down train tracks. It's just. I love this film to pieces.
It was, because if you remember going back to this film, John Cusack played his older brother. And because he had such a great relationship with his younger brother, Will Wheaton, and because they really got on and he was like a proper top brother, that when you found out that he died and stuff, and his dad was so horrible to him, that your heart broke for that kid. Do you know what I mean? It just did. They just set up so many great... But again, that's what Stephen King wrote this, didn't he, Stand By Me? And
yeah, he did.
It's all right. That's why you don't forget films like this. You don't. There mustn't have been any sort of budget for this movie in the sense of, but it stays with you forever, all because of posters like that. That's how you saw it.
But you've just hit the nail on the head. And the amount of times all those lads have said it, we don't need the CGI. We don't need. I'm not intrigued or ever interested, saying a $500-600 million. It cost me $600 million to make. Who gives a blooming bum crump? It's films like this that I barely know, but it's the story's perfect. Now, granted, one of the greatest authors in the world has written it, but I think this was only a short story that he wrote.
Yeah, Kat's confirmed it. Kat put it's from the Stephen King story, The Body.
Yeah, I remember it was only. I remember Kat being on Tub Thumpers, and she actually said something about it being short stories or whatever. But Shabby, that looks like where you. Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah. No surprise you like this one. The pie you got Lord Ass Hogan side.
Lord Ass Hogan. Lord Ass.
He was sick. Then everyone was sick. Do you remember our mum with that? Our mum couldn't watch it, could she? Because she's one of them. If you're sick, she'll be sick.
Minging though, and they all start puking everywhere. So I'd seem to watch that.
Yeah, it's a brilliant film. Absolutely. Jerry O'Connell's in it as well, isn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you remember his chubby kid, wasn't he? And he grew up to be dead handsome, didn't he? And athletic. Same as what is it? Him from Chunk from Goonies did the same thing.
I think all these kids, like I said, Will Wheaton,
River
Phoenix, they were just all of them were just amazing in it. All of them.
I agree
And I
with
tell
you,
you
Matt.
what's as good as this film, there's a documentary about it. And if you've never watched the behind the scenes making of this, it's on YouTube. Watch it. It's fascinating. I
Yeah.
tell you the bits where like Rob Reiner wanted him to be frightened or wanted to be upset, these kids. He was like the big brother on set, and he'd always be giving them treats and stuff. But on the days of acting where he needed an emotion out of him, he'd be horrible to him. And he'd just walk past and they'd go, well, hi, Rob, and he'd just ignore him. And then if one of them did something, he'd scream at them, play out. What are you bloody doing, you bloody idiot? And he'd really upset him. And then they'd film the scene. And he did it so well. Like, there's some of the performances out of these child actors in this are astonishing. Do you know what I mean? When
It's
the
a
lads
shame,
start
yeah.
crying, breaks your heart.
Yeah. Leeches. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. And he pulls it out of his pants.
Great films. Yeah, it's one of my all-time favorites too. Movie, it really is. Yeah, he does the narration. You see him at the end, don't you? Typing it right in the story and so
forth. You do. Yeah.
Richard Dreyfuss,
he's the dad at the end, doesn't he? They're playing hell with him to go out doing something, swimming or something, aren't they? And he's typing the story.
The fighting scene was so good. Sometimes it's movies like this, though, Si, that it's nice, you know, when you've had a day off and you just want to relax. Watching Stand By Me is a great movie. It really is. So I love that poster because, again, it's an adventure of teen boys going on an adventure. And again, Si, it just goes back to me as nostalgia, going out with your mates and doing all this sort of stuff. You know what I mean?
It was very close to how it was at school in the fact of that, like, you knew the people that didn't have any money. You knew the one was getting a bit abused off his dad and always got a good idea when he got in. And you knew the kid that got everything and was like, and they portrayed that so well that these were four lads from four totally different backgrounds, but they were all best mates because they all went to school. And you know what I mean? You always say times like that in your life, you'll never meet mates like it again. And I agree with that.
Do you not remember Corey Feldman's ear? His dad held him to a gas stove, do you remember, and burnt all his ear and so forth.
Oh, and every time the field said he'd go home and his dad's a drunk and he'd kick his mother about and he was always frightened of going in case he did something to his dad It was a great movie.
Any love for Deathstalker 2 posted by Boris Vallejo?
Well, there's a few Boris Vallejo's inspirations coming up because Boris Vallejo and Julie Bell are two of my favourite ever artists. So you wait and see, Ian. Wait and see.
Wynn's turned up. TJC's turned up. Sorry, I'm late. I've only just... No, don't have to. Settle in, have a cup of tea. You come and watch us. It's nice that you're here. 45 people are here. So that's, again, you blow me and Si away. You all do. Thank you all so much. I need to watch Stand By Me again. Yeah, it's a lovely film. It's lovely. Do you know what I mean? And I think as well, we loved it as a kids for the teenage aspect of it. But as you get older and realise that this story is talked to a man who's reliving his memories, if you will, it brings on a whole new meaning, Simon, because now you're seeing it from the authors, the writer. You're seeing it from his eyes.
You see it from, you're watching four kids that don't really have everything going for them. Do you know what I mean? And it does break your heart in a sense watching it as an adult. It does. But I love revisiting old television for that and old movies for that. You know, I watched The Golden Girls as a kid and I'd be laughing and you'd be laughing, all because my mum's laughing her head off. And so we'd be laughing. And then as I got older and I rewatched The Golden Girls, I heard it, all the adult jokes, all the innuendos, all the problems that middle-aged people have.
And it's one Cheers was like that too.
I've ever watched. Going, probably Cheers is the same. You go back to them, and it's totally different to you, isn't it?
You've even said it yourself tonight without thinking about it. We watched this as kids, and we go, "Oh, do you remember the Lord S. Hogan bit? Oh, do you remember this bit? Do you remember the Leech bit?" But as you're old, you reflect on what these kids were going through and why they are the way they are, and so funny that, isn't it? Without even thinking. So
totally different movies, aren't they, when you go back to them?
Now there's hundreds and hundreds of Disney movies that I got because Disney back then 50s, 60s, 70s, they made some awesome. Aristocrats poster was awesome, Mary Poppins was awesome, but this one to me is brilliant. The Bedknobs and Broomsticks official poster, Angela Lansbury.
Great poster.
I just love this poster. It's got everything on it that Disney was famous for in it. All that, the characters on it, the way they did live animation. I mean, animation with live actors and so forth. And I just love this film. I just
so clever how it was done, isn't it? Again, I've got a poster in here that's quite similar to this sort of movie for the way it was done. But look at that poster. The artwork's amazing for it. Brilliant.
Stu says, Stand By Me was the first song he ever sung on karaoke. I love that song.
I think that song as well played a big help to that film because it's a fantastic song, isn't it, Stand By Me?
Yeah. Did you clear the room, Stu? Charming, TJC. Bruce Forsyth plays the English villain. Yeah, you're right, he does, yeah. Why'd you keep looking at my knob? Do you remember that little
Why'd you back down up? That little
yeah.
kid's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, it was just a great movie.
But so was Angela Lansbury, and I remember hearing something how young she was when this film was made, and it always like made me go, "No way!" It's like I think she was 33 or something. Like
you forget what a glittering career that woman actually had. You know, you think of it, it's just Murder She Wrote, but she was in tons of stuff. But yeah, I just loved it. It's like the Mary Poppins thing. Like this, remember the bottom of the sea on the bed and all those fish and all that sort of stuff. It's just a brilliant movie. If you haven't seen this for years,
it was
go
the
back
dad
and watch
from Mary Poppins, wasn't it? The dad was in it. He played like who was he in this? I always remember the football match they played.
That's right, the football match.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant side the football match. So yeah, you could pick, like I said, Simon, 101 Dalmatians is a great poster, but I just love this poster because it's got everything on it. You know what I mean? As you're a kid in the 50s or 60s side, and you saw this poster, you're probably like, what the France?
No, this film was 70s. It was 70s something, I think it was made. Yeah, it was late. I know it was the 70s. It's not as old as what 70s. You think.
Right, got you. But
somebody will give us something because I remember there was 2 films I went to see as a really young kid. Disney have always stuck me, and I can never remember if they were out or if they were redone out. One was Bedknobs and Broomsticks, my mum took us to, and the other one was Pete's Dragon. So, in a sense, I always remember them sort of being around the 70s.
Right, 70s then. All right, pal. Right, okay. Yeah, someone will probably tell me in the chat.
Yeah,
let me know
what year was Bedknobs and Broomsticks? Because now you've said that, I might be wrong.
David Tomlinson was teaching Angela Lansbury magic from a book. The same book I uses today.
There you go.
If the Emmanuel poster is it? It's
a family show.
Absolutely brilliant. Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Love this poster. Love this poster. This is out of the shockwaves, isn't it, Si? Because I remember watching this film and I love Kurt Russell. I think we all do. I don't think you get to our age and love pop culture if you don't like Kurt Russell. You know what I mean? He's just brilliant. But when I saw him in this, I hadn't seen him in anything for ages. And then he came in. But that poster is super cool. Just like an old 70s double bill, well, which is what it was and what it was based off. But I just love that poster. I think it's super cool. That car was ace. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, great poster. It's the standings that it's red, black, white, greys. Yeah. It sticks out more than any. I will say I've never watched Death Proof. Never saw it. Never saw it. Which is weird because I love Tarantino movies. It was only a couple of nights back. It came on Sky, so I thought, I'm watching this, and I watched all the Pulp Fiction. Do you know what I mean? So it was a bit like weird how I never got round to this, but this one and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I've never got round to seeing.
I think it's funny because there's one or two Tarantinos in here. One thing me and you didn't pick though was the Pulp Fiction one. I didn't pick it simply because there's a couple of other posters that I really like. The one I was nearly going to pick was the Jackie Brown poster with Pam Grier on it, with that gun and the old yellow writing. Jackie Brown, I love that poster. 70s. Yeah, but this I just think on the Kill Bill one's pretty cool too, with the red and the yellow. Do you remember the Volume 1, Volume 2? They were really cool, but this one, I just think it's just a super cool. I'm surprised you've never seen Death Proof, Si. I would have thought you'd definitely seen that. Yeah, that's true. There isn't, is there? Oh, I'd love to get the car like that for them. But do you see what I mean by the poster site? It's got all the girls at the top.
So you look at it, you think, I want to see that. And when you look at cars like that, especially the history we've had from sort of movies with cars like that,
yes, sir.
It's you know, and again, starring Kurt Russell.
And again, Si, you could have like a trendy apartment or a nice man, and you could have this poster up. That's why I like this sort of look. Do you know what I mean? I've picked this simply for that.
Well, there's another thing that you've just hit the nail on the head there, because everything we've shown you can have up as a poster, as a piece of art in your house. They're not just necessarily posters of these times. When you look at these great posters, they're also art. You would have these up in a frame in your house. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. So there's Death Proof. Now, I know you've already said I didn't pick stuff like ET and whatever, and I know it's a commercialized poster, but again, it's magical, this poster to me. It's absolutely it is from my childhood, you know, from 1982, and I've grown up with this poster. I love this poster to pieces. You know, they even used it as the old Amblin logo, didn't they? The bike with ET in it and so forth. But it's just that hand, because you're like, what the France is this? Do you know what I mean? And I just
Yeah,
think
because
it's one of
again,
the
you're
best
looking at a kid's hand, alien hand. Although I have many teachers that had an hand like that. But for me, it's again, look what's in it. The BMX bike. And it's there's so many posters that you still yet to come that feature that bike on them.
Yeah.
That it speaks to a time of us. We all had that bike. That bike gave you more freedom in 1985 than anything I've ever owned ever in my life. You know, the BMX bike was it. You were gone.
The thing about posters like this when we were kids, though, and from what I can remember, is the fact that they were very magical. They didn't give anything away, but they sort of, it's like, if you were a kid and you saw this, you've got a flying bike, you've got an alien hand, you've got a big, you'd be like, it's like you have to see this. It intrigues you that much, this poster, that you have, regardless of what you think about the movie. I think this poster is ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's done in that evolution style of the two touching fingers for life. And John, you have these posters on the back of your kitchen wall, don't lie. He has a full size version. He loves it.
Yeah, I don't remember that poster at the time. The Planet Terror posters. Yeah, the Planet Terror one was the Robert Rodriguez one, wasn't it? When the girl had the machine gun as a leg side. Did you ever see that? It was a double bill.
No, I know there was that pulpy grindhouse doing both of them, wasn't it? And I never got around to seeing them.
And that was I agree with that, Jonathan. That's a good call. I never thought about that. You just said it. Yeah, because she has a machine gun as a leg side. She'd lift it up and so just B-movie brilliance. Do you know what I mean?
Business, yeah.
E.T. was the first movie I watched at a local community centre with friends. This is what I mean. It's great. Did anyone see the E.T. Nasty film? No, I did not. No. Hope you get your money back, Terry. He hates it, doesn't he? Love Elliot teaching E.T. about, this is Lando, this is Greedo.
But you are right, Mark. I mean, when you think about it, when this film came out, you couldn't escape E.T. from anywhere. It was as big as Batman 89. The merchandise was literally everywhere for it. Mm-hmm. And again, like most video shops you walked in, this was prominent. This was there.
No, don't worry about it. It's nice that you hear, John. Simon, would you say sometimes, we talk about music being a character of a movie. Would you say sometimes a poster is?
Yeah, definitely. 100%. I think that of Atari games and things like that today, sometimes I think that the merchandise, the idea, the font of it, the when you look back in the past, that is more important than what it actually is today. Do you know what I mean? Like that Atari logo, that anything old like that, these old consoles, the Space Invader logo, they just speak volumes today, even though not many people play the Atari or anything like that. Yeah. Sometimes I think they can become bigger than what the actual thing is. You said it. Everyone that sees that poster just melts, don't they? Oh, E.T. I loved E.T. as a kid. But I was a bit like Jono. I never got E.T. I never cried at the end or anything like that. I always thought it was a bit weird, like they're sending this sausage home. Why is everyone crying?
Sending this sausage home. So Shabby likes posters. It's funny that most of the posters I put up are in the woods. You're exactly right, yeah. I have VTR, nice to see it. It's weird. Let's have a look. Well done to our side for wearing a poppy. He always does every year. Yeah, I've been wearing one in work too, remembering war veterans. Yeah, our side's always done it.
You can't do that once a year. None for people that gave their lives for us sat here today.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's only respect.
Was E.T. and Poltergeist the same? What do you mean, Gills are the same? Was it the same?
No, not really. E.T. was like, Poltergeist was about the supernatural, wasn't it? And E.T. was about a sausage.
It's about a sausage, Gills, so there you are. I did cry during E.T. side when the little bastard came back to life, yeah.
Well, maybe it was for me. I found E.T. a little bit eerie as a kid. There's a few scenes in that film that they got that puppet eye movement so perfect that I found it a bit eerie. As a kid, I'm like, oh, he's a bit mad, this little guy. And I never knew if and then you've got to remember what we'd seen previous of Steven Spielberg, Close Encounters, Jaws. So I was like, any minute now, this fucking alien's going to eat this kid. And that's how I was watching it the first time I watched it. So I think I was more relieved when he went home at the end, and that was the end, than I was, why is this little girl crying over this sausage? I was like,
it's that noise he makes. It's like, do you know? He's so hate the noise.
Yeah, but what do you mean that? I listen to the cat snoring.
Was E.T. and Poltergeist the same neighborhood? Oh, maybe.
Well,
maybe.
I suppose in them times, it's like I remember John Hughes saying that all these films were in the same place, this little imaginary place outside of Chicago, weren't they?
Yeah.
So, like Kevin McAllister lived next door to Ferris Bueller and all stuff like that.
Well, he did that though, didn't he, John Hughes? It was all set like that. They were all, if you notice, like
Apparently
little,
so, yeah.
yeah. If you notice the registrations on the cars, the license plates, they all entwine and everything.
But it's nice, I think, to think that you look at Del Griffiths and you look at Planes, Trains and Automobiles and Pretty in Pink and Ferris and Kevin McAllister, that they all live down the same street. I've always loved that idea that all them little lovely houses that they lived in, and they all look very similar houses as well, don't they? That maybe they're all down the same street. That's a great thing.
Geek Strong says one of the best posters of all time is the closing, the big rock. Loved it, the big mound thing, and the road that goes down to it. Yeah, my road looks just like that, doesn't it? So it goes down like that.
I can't think about that without thinking of him doing it at the mashed potato. I can never think of that rock without thinking about that.
Brilliant movie. My mum said there's a movie you'll love about a cute little alien. I cozied up waiting for a cute alien and he scared the shit out.
I was a bit like that step. A bit like, why'd you got like weird hands and shit?
Yeah. I cried when he all my Reese's Pieces. Great movie.
But again, let's be fair, great film, brilliant film.
There you go, Si. All John Hurt films were set in the fictional town of Shermer, said TJ. So, yeah, I knew it was something, Terry. You're right.
And there was that thing, wasn't there, with Jay and Silent Bob, when he's kicking off about it. Jay starts going, "You made this town, and next thing we went to Shermer, and there's no fucking Shermer," and it's dead funny, isn't it?
This is what Gilster said before. Darren says that replies with E.T. and Poltergeist filmed together on the same estate, so Spielberg could oversee both. Maybe that's maybe you've got a point there, Gilster. Then, like what Darren says, maybe they were inclined a little bit. Yeah.
Well, he was in Hot Property, wasn't it? That time, wasn't he? Hot Property. For me, I love this poster. I absolutely love it.
I'm surprised you didn't pick the first one with the colours down it. You know, the motion picture one.
That again, there are millions and millions of posters to choose from, and there are millions. No matter how many you me go through tonight, we could do another 50 shows on the same subject with 1,000 other pictures.
Yeah.
For me, the reason why I love this picture is one thing: no Enterprise, bird of prey on the cover. Look at that striking red poles, and that is a painted art. And looking at San Francisco, the future at the bottom where Starfleet is. I absolutely adore that artwork. Now, that picture to me is just, I loved it ever since I first saw it. It's just perfect. Purple and red together. And yet, look how well that is. So you've been given art to do, and your idea is purple, red, orange, and green. And it's absolutely outstanding. I just love that poster. I always have.
You know what? I've never even noticed that when you said that the Enterprise is a bird of prey is.
Yeah, it's just amazing, isn't it? Like I love the Star Trek movies. The Star Trek movies, if they're on, they're another one that stay on. Do you know what I mean? And I love it when Sky do Star Trek days and Sky Cinema and stuff, and it's just 24 hours of all the Star Trek movies. And you know, I've always said Star Wars is the coolest. Star Wars is the most. It gets you. It's more cooler than Star Trek is. But there's no chance on earth that it's a better story than Star Trek. Because Star Trek's the future of mankind. And I've always loved it. Do you know what I mean? I can't say I'm a massive fan of the original, but for the movies and for the Next Generation series, top draw. And that poster is top draw. I love it.
Pab says Bob Peake did all the 1 to 6 posters. They're all great. Yeah, it's very talented. That brilliant.
Beautiful, isn't it? It's just a beautiful poster.
Going back to what you were saying before, though, Si, with all the artwork and the paint, and you know what I mean, for a movie poster.
Yeah, just look at that sunrise on that poster.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful, beautiful poster, and I've loved it for years, you know. And it's one of the sorts that if I ever came up for auction and I was a millionaire, it'd be one of them I'd just have to go for. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I always wanted the Playmobil one, the Klingon bird of prey Playmobil. It's awesome. Do you know what I mean? With the stand.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you didn't get it because you got the Enterprise, didn't you? But Bird of Prey is one of my favorite science fiction starships. Yeah, because it's not the best Star Trek movie. This one, is it? But it's the poster.
I Star Trek 4. I always loved it from the beginning and stuff. It's I love that where he's got the hover boots on and stuff, and they're all camping. I've always loved Star Trek 4. It's a great movie.
Pal says the poster is okay, but the scale is off. There's no way Spock could extend to that big compared to the. I've been over that bridge. What they don't tell you is there's a toll on that bridge. Si, there's a toll, and it's up to nearly $7.
As an artist, all I can say to you is to get them colours in that sort of shade like that. You're an artist thinking like that. That's just, you know, and again, it's just an astonishing because it's not even overpowering. It's not like you look at that poster and instantly you've got headache. But again, look at that colour palette. It's just amazing. It's just beautiful.
Yeah. So Bob Peake did him. Brilliant. Star Trek.
Masters of the Universe.
Now, when I was a kid, like I said, I mean, look behind me. I'm a massive fan of this franchise, but I could not wait to see this movie. Now I know it gets a lot of flack and so, but I don't care. I think this is a good. And remember, Dolph Lundgren, you just seen him. What is it in Rocky IV? And here he is. Do you know what I mean? Courtney Cox. You would have thought Courtney Cox was in this, but Master, that's just a super cool poster. I think. Look at Skeletor, the way they've done, like they put Vader up, and you know, in Star Wars poster, they've done the same with Skeletor right there. Absolutely brilliant poster side.
Great poster.
He-Man's here.
It's that New York at the bottom. Look again, backlight.
Yeah. Brilliant. Star Trek 2, 3, and 4, a great trilogy, one of the best in sci-fi. Would you agree, Si?
I 100% agree. I love the Star Trek movies. I think they're brilliant. Oh, hang on, Dave. Hold your horses, Dave.
You just hold your horses there, young
Slow
David.
down there, Dave.
You know.
Again, for this poster, Mark, it's so funny how a film that's not really much He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. There's no proper villains in it.
Says it right now. Yeah.
There's no Cringer. There's no Orko.
I was just about to say that. He-Man with a blaster rifle. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He's still having the sword aloft. You know what I mean? He's got the sword down and he's holding.
It's so bizarre, but we all love this film. It's so bizarre, isn't it? That wasn't much Masters, was it?
As I've been drinking, most Star Trek movies are boring.
I disagree there.
Yeah. Skeletor was great in this, but I always question why on earth when the cartoon never went to Earth, because they ran out of money, didn't they? That's what it was, John. They started off an attorney, and I watched the documentary. They punch, and they wouldn't give him any more money because at the time, remember, the Masters Universe, the toys had died off. 85 was the last year for it, really, and so they made this film in 87, and they wouldn't give him any more money, so they had to film it there. Because if you look at the concept art for the movie, it's always in Eternia, and they've gone all out and stuff, but they were skinned.
No, yeah, I watched this thing on it, and basically all they had money left was that throne. They had to like convert that throne bit at the end, but it did pull off. And like they said, most of it was thanks to the guy who did the lighting and the setting of the movie, because he managed to film it in such a darkness way, in lights and shadows, that it just looked amazing. Do you know?
Yeah.
But basically, it was filmed in a warehouse, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes, the Queen. Do you mean Marlena, Johnny boy? Was from Earth, but He-Man never went there. Yeah. Ooh, movie posters. Hey, Luke. Nice to see you, pal. Courtney Cox went from Dancing with Bruce Springsteen to featuring in Motu, then Cocoon before ending. Was she in Cocoon? I don't remember her. Wow.
And I'll tell you another one that was in this. The guy from Back to the Future, one of them, Slacker. You've always been a slacker. He's in this, isn't he? Plays the copper.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. What's he called in that? Deckard or something? What's he called?
I remember.
Anyway, on the bright side, the original He-Man movie didn't have Jared Leto.
That's him at the bottom, black wig on.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, ran out of money, and they also, because if you look at the final scene, they were meant to have this big extravagant throne side, but it's not. It's painted behind him. So they did that, you know, the old movie magic where it's all painted and so forth. It's only like
it's just so weird, isn't it, that all these years later you think back on it and it had absolutely hardly anything to do with Masters of the Universe. Yeah. Yet we all accepted it. We all accepted as a kid that there was no Cringer in, there's no Orko, there's no anything, and yet we still loved it.
Loved it. No Battle Cat. How can you make a He-Man? But I tell you what, no, my head's gonna fall off next. And someone asked me as well. Who was it that asked me?
Mr. Strickland.
Mr. Strickland, that's him, Cat. If Battle Cat talks next year, will I be all right? And I was thinking about it, and I thought actually, I think I will, because it's a green cat. It don't look real, does it? So I think I'll be all right. But I can't wait till next year.
Shabby, please watch Master Shabby. That's what he'll be saying to you.
Bob Peake also did the Apocalypse Now poster. You can see shades of that in his Star Trek 4 poster. That's probably why he's done with the sunset side on the Star Trek one. Yeah. Jeez, didn't he ever have hair? Yeah. Didn't he, do you remember that? Didn't he ever have hair? Yeah, brilliant, Keith, brilliant. Right, next one. Now, the reason why I put this up is because, again, we're talking about movie posters that intrigues you. Now, I love the two first Godfather movies. Love them. Absolutely. And this is probably the worst one out of all three. But it's the poster that got me, because look how old Al Pacino is now. The last time you seen him, do you know what I mean? It was years ago, and he was young and all that sort of stuff. And at the end of Godfather Part 2, you see him in his 40s, and he's sat there, in his garden reminiscing. But now he's back older and so forth. So I've always liked this poster simply because where does it go? Because remember, they were the 70s, the Godfather, and this didn't come out till 90, 91. So you've got all those years to go. And I don't know whether they did it, simply because they waited till he got older to do it. But I just loved this poster because of that. Because I remember when seeing this poster and thinking, wow, he's back. And I wonder what he's got. How big is he? Is he still part of the mafia? Is he still a big guy? Is he still the head boss and so forth? So I love this. I loved this poster for that.
For me, I've never watched any of the Godfathers. Amerigo's mad at me for it. I've never sat through a Godfather film. But again, that poster was everywhere, wasn't it? It was one that you do recognise. Yeah. So I can't really go off the power of the film or say how intriguing it was to watch, because I've not watched a Godfather movie.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I was a big fan of the first two. So like I say, it's not a bad movie, Godfather Part 3. But again, going back to the poster wise, it's not a poster you remember and so forth. But because I was such a lover of the first two, when I saw this, and he's a lot older, and do you know what I mean? I thought, wow, this is going to be. And basically, it was the same people. Do you know what I mean? Everybody came back to do it. And no, I was intrigued by this poster, really was. Si, you're wrong. I didn't accept it. I only appreciated the film later on as an adult. As a kid, I despised this film because of how much it departed. Yeah, it wasn't the cartoon at all, was it, Si? Masters of the Universe.
It wasn't, and that's the thing. But I think it's because we got some big screen with the live action He-Man that, in a sense, it didn't bother a lot. I can understand why it did. Don't get me wrong, because it proper bothered me when Megatron turned into Galvatron as a kid. Honestly, that bothered me for months.
It was the strangest thing. No battle cat, no transformation scene from Prince Adam. No, it wasn't He-Man, but it was.
The thing, to me, there was so much of the elements of He-Man not even there. But because there was Man at Arms and there was Teela, and I mean Gwildor, everyone was like, "Who the hell's Gwildor?" Like, it
brilliant makeup on that Gwildor, though. Brilliant makeup. Yeah. The cosmic key. Yeah, brilliant. Godfather 3 was not good. No, I don't mind it, but it's like I said, it's not one to. Not a huge fan of any of the Godfather movies. I love the first two. Went to see it in the cinema and I was so bored. Wow. And let's have a look. Godfather 1 and 2 are great, but very overrated in my opinion. I think I just like the story of them. I like the build up and where it become. And like I said, when you got to this and you saw this post, I just thought, yeah, that's awesome. Got bored watching the kid. But I think that's the thing. I think as kids, it's not really for us, is it? It's not a kid movie, Godfathers. But as you get older, I think you appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah.
Godfather and Blade Runner, the two most overrated movies in my opinion. Posters are actually better. Yeah. I agree with the Blade
Runner. Overrated. Whoa.
Yeah, they both bored me as young kids. Just sent you a movie post on Instagram, Shabby. One of my favorite sci-fis when I was young. I'll wait till the end to see if we've got time, mate, because we've got loads to go through. Godfather 1 and 2 are great. Then there was a part 3. Yeah, and I like part 3. It's not. It's weird because I think. There's so many years gone by, DTM. Do you know? It's like Phantom Menace is not like the original Star Wars movies. It's still Star Wars, and you still like it, but it's not got the feel of the first 3. I think that's what Godfather 3 has compared to those two. That's the best way. So I don't feel bad. I slept through all the...
Oh, it sounds a bit. I'm not missing anything.
No. Only first one, not really my thing. Best mafia film, The Italian Job. Yeah, great movie. Great movie, yes. The Italian Job. So, Godfather Part 3. I watched this.
Battle Beyond the Stars. Such a great movie, isn't it? But it's so weird when you watch it.
It's weird. I watched it recently, Si. I watched it about 2 months ago in bed. It was 1 o'clock in the morning, I couldn't sleep. And it was on YouTube. So I thought, I'll watch it. So I watched it. And it's a weird film. It really is.
And the whole design of that ship, if you watch the documentary of this, is based on a woman bending over. That's the whole design of that ship. It's a woman on her knees bending over.
Is
I
it?
always thought it was weird, like as a kid, like why's that ship got boobs? It was like it was so bizarre to me, and the
Why is
movie's
that
so
ship got
bizarre to me
boobs?
to this day. But I love it, and the interior of that ship, that lovely cream and brown, and that it's like a reddish brown, and his steering, just everything about it. And then George Peppard in this was good. It's like the cowboy that's always pissed and stuff. And then that princess from oh my god, her in that ship, and she has to lie down to fly.
Sybil, is it Sybil Danning or something like that? She's because I had to look her up. I thought that myself.
Knockout when I was a kid.
And there was no coincidence that her spaceship, the way she sat in it, and so that wasn't. You know what I mean? Yeah,
just brilliant, absolutely. But again, it's a proper like it stays with you. This film, and that poster was just a brilliant. You saw it everywhere when I was a kid.
I agree with that. It's got that Magnificent Seven element to it at the end when there's all those spaceships. In from the Man from U.N.C.L.E. in it as well, and he plays like a Han Solo rogue, and he keeps telling people what a bad guy he is and how he murders people.
Well, they must have thought that at the time. They must have thought, "Oh, we've got a Star Wars here." Without a doubt, we have. Do you know what I mean? And I think they almost have thought that sort of way in this time of this film.
Yeah,
but,
great movie.
He didn't.
Just a strange film though. But you see, I put this up there with Ice Pirates. Me like car crash.
Yeah, that's
in a way you can't stop watching it.
That sort of bizarrity of it.
Great stuff. Battle Beyond the Stars. Good night, John Boy. Yeah. Who else is in it? Who plays it? Oh, Hannibal. George.
He plays
the cowboy. And that was weird too because they don't know about anything about. He's from Earth, and he plays the cowboy music. He's always drinking and smoking.
It's like at the end of that planet full of them women. And he stays there and stuff. It's a mad film, isn't it?
It was Roger Corman, exactly right, Gilster. It was, the ship with the brown bit. Yeah, it was a weird ship, wasn't it? So, Cheese, great film. My parents didn't like that I watched this film because of the ship design. That's what Si was saying, Mum spotted the design straight away. It's what was the ship called as well? The ship had a name.
I don't know, but it was alive, wasn't it? It was a living ship. It was alive.
He looks at. I know she's. Brilliant. Sorry, but never got into it. Yeah, Blade Runner. I agree. Sybil Danning as a Valkyrie. That's right.
Sybil. The Valkyrie. Yeah. The Valkyrie. That's it. Yeah, she's even got like a Thor finger, hasn't she? She got them the wings on and stuff. Knockout.
I want toys in this film. I wonder why, Sax. Hey, Robert Vaughn, that was it. Thank you, Kieran.
Yeah,
like Lynx's movie. Yeah, is it weird that I've never? Oh, Luke, treat yourself.
Watch
man. Treat yourself.
Weird.
Battle Beyond the Stars is a great film. It's great but weird. You know, is that the best way to explain it, Si?
It is. And that woman in it, was she in that Woody Allen film? What was she in? The girl that's in it, it was either Woody Allen or was it Krull?
Oh, that was her. No, Dad was an android or something. He only saw his head, and he wanted him to mate with his daughter to get the population.
It's so bizarre, but it's a great film, isn't it?
And she'd never met him or whatever, and she went off with him in about 2 minutes. It's a strange film, But that poster's awesome, Si. The poster's really good. Again, painted.
Yeah, it's one of the best posters there is. I love it. Again, I love the posters that give you that sort of city skyline of futuristic cities. I always have.
Yeah, Oh, great the telepathy people. Do you remember them?
Yeah, with the eye.
Oh, great.
Again, all these are great, but Police Academy 4, as a portrait artist especially, that's one of my favourite ever drawn posters. It's just every single face on there is perfect for what they captured. And they just did some amazing posters. Again, all drawn, but to a standard that was like, look at that. Brilliant.
Yeah, I love that. I love those movies though. But that I would agree, Si. I'm trying to think. I'm Citizens on Patrol, they're all together, and that was all painted.
First, Police Academy was a bungle of them, but doing it all in a hot air balloon, like the ending of the Police Academy 4. It's just a fantastic poster. And it isn't my favourite Police Academy film, but I always said that 1 to 4 are the best of them all, you know. And Citizens on Patrol, even Tony Hawk's in this film, do you know what I mean?
The black police officer, the young black girl, always had the same joke in every don't move, turn back. And we were like,
no. Don't tell me that every Police Academy film you didn't want Jones to do the voices, you didn't want Mahoney to pull the bird. Do you know what I mean? You wanted Tackleberry always to pull that beast Magnum out,
Yeah,
and it
he
was
did, yeah.
expected with her. You were waiting for her to do that.
Wave the
weren't you?
high tower to
Brilliant.
throw someone 2 floors away or something like that. But it
I
was
remember
always
watching this thing where the guy who directed these wanted it to be like the Carry Ons, didn't he? He wanted this to be the US version of Carry On movies and carry on and make loads of funny films of these coppers.
yeah.
But he never really went like that, did it?
No. Callahan, that was her, wasn't it? The big blonde with the,
No,
little
it's tasty,
I
wasn't
loved
she?
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Loved it, brilliant. Yeah, don't move, dirtbag. Yeah, great film. I used to get the posters from a video shop, had loads of up on the wall as a kid. Yeah, that's
But
what
if you
I
look right in the middle of that poster, Mark, what always made me laugh, look right in the middle, and you'll see Mr. Sweet Chuck, look, just with his head popping over. It's just a great drawing. Look, it's just brilliant.
Yeah,
a great poster. I love that poster. I love it.
Yeah.
It's madness,
Was
isn't
Kim
it?
Cattrall only in the first one, or did she do loads of him?
No, I think they only did one movie each, didn't they? Because Sharon Stone was in one of them as well, wasn't she? And they just do like one movie. Like it's always like the girl from Mahoney, that film, isn't it?
That's right, though. But he wasn't in Assignment Miami Beach, wasn't he? Yeah, they got rid of him for
But that
Assignment
scene
Miami
though
Beach.
with the golf ball, where it goes in everyone's mouth. That scene in Miami Beach is so funny.
Loved all the end credits, especially all the skateboarders with Tony Hawk's last in line.
Yeah,
Wow.
Tony Hawk. David Spade as well. David Spade was one of them skateboarders.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So I know what you're saying about that, but it's like that bit, Mark. All Bits and Police Academy you were waiting for. Do you know what I mean? You were waiting to happen again because I think that was the niche of these. They were really funny.
What do you think about what Sags is saying here? I'm surprised Police Academy never made a return. Seems like they would have been redone by now. Could you redo these
today?
movies?
Would you want it? Would you want it back, Will, today? I don't think I would. I don't think these films would be anywhere near what they were. I just think we the society thinks different. These films wouldn't get away with anything today. So, is it worth it?
I remember seeing Police Academy 3 for my birthday in '86. Brilliant, Darryl. Yeah, they even did a cartoon. Yeah, I know, because DCB collects their figures as well, doesn't it? And it wasn't until watching VTR's videos I didn't even know there was Police Academy toys. Do you know what I mean? And I know DCB collects them. But yeah, Police Academy Foresight, great choice.
But again, these were like them special movies when you was a kid, because if your dad or your mum rented one of the Police Academy films out, they were a bit naughty. Do you know what I mean? They were, especially the first two. So like again, special memories of me, Police Academy films, and that's probably my favourite poster of all of them.
Yeah, I agree.
Again, just look at that. That said everything, that poster. I just love the way they put like his eyes and stuff in that glove as well, coming over, and what a great art that is. Do you know what I mean? And when I saw that, I fell in love with the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Do you know what I mean? I love them all. Proper spooky, innit?
Yeah, it's a weird poster. I didn't like him. They scared me.
Again, it's the titillation of it. Why is that girl naked in a bed for a start?
It's funny,
do you know what I mean? It shows the vulnerability of what's coming.
You say girl, well, do you not think that looks like Brendan Fraser?
Well, I love it. Look at the light coming through off the pillow, Mark, from the window. It's just a great. Honestly, that painted poster is just amazing to me. I've always loved that poster. That one and the second, that one Elm Street 2, there were just something about them two posters that I absolutely loved.
Comments today like hen's teeth. Okay, question. Harris or Mauser? Oh, yeah, I remember him in the shower.
Oh, that's tough, that. You know, as this kid, I was always pissed off that he took over from Harris, but Harris did eventually come back, didn't he? But that Mauser was funny as well, wasn't it?
Great poster, awesome film. Do you know who painted this side? Do you know who actually made it? Great poster, isn't it?
That's one thing I didn't look into was the. But again, I didn't really want to do. I wanted to talk more about. We all remember that poster, video shots, places we went in the 80s, and you always watch to see stuff like this.
Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street said the crap him out as a kid. Yeah, even that poster, it's the way her eyes look. Her eyes like she looks scared to death. Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant. Yeah. Let's have a look. Another class film. Yeah, she likes all the horrors. So you've picked a few horror ones, side. Do you think they are for horror movies? They went all out.
I just think again, you know, it's like what we were saying, me and TJC the other week about horror comics as kids, and you know, the covers that you got from them sort of things, they really pulled you in at that age. Do you know what I mean? And I think we were more, like you especially, Mark, I bet you were more intrigued of horror being a kid than what you were being an adult. Because as an adult, you just like, but as a kid, you're like, should I see it? I want to see it, but I know it's going to scare me, but I want. And that's how it was for me. And so I've made sure I'd watch them, you know, and they were never as bad as what I thought, you know.
It goes back to what I was saying before, though. what me and a couple of the lads, excuse me, were saying about like the Pinhead, the Hellraiser one. You see a poster like what Gup said, and we're like, forget that, I ain't watching that. A poster would do that to you, and this again was one of them. John said he watched this a while back and was even more impressed how it's filmed, the angles and the way the camera moves. Great cinematography. Doesn't really. I agree with that aspect of it, but the actual movie doesn't, because Jen had never seen them, so I said, "Oh, we'll watch the first one," and it doesn't hold up to me. Do you know what I mean? And the funniest thing is,
the first three do a lot of the times what they were, and it's like everything else with these franchises, especially with popcorn franchises. When they keep going on and going on, they end up stupid at some points. They just do. So for me, for when I talk about the Nightmare on Elm Street films, it's basically the first three. Apart from that, I don't care what happened. Freddy versus Jason, all this other business. It's you know.
The first one was intriguing, and it was massive, wasn't it? I mean, like I said, I didn't really watch them, but you couldn't get away from Nightmare on Elm Street. Pod says, great story on the Elm Street documentary about this poster is that the original artist ripped it up.
So like that, aren't they?
Yeah. Elm Street posters are great, says Darren. Yeah. West Crazy movies are just top tier. Our Des says Nightmare on Elm Street was one of the first videos I saw on VHS. Had to watch it during the day. I bet you did. That's right. Johnny Depp was in this movie.
Yeah.
That's right.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
It's a great film.
Loved it. My mate hid behind the sofa and wouldn't watch it. No, I'd be like your mate. Elm Street, another John Saxon film. He played a dad with the sheriff, chief of police. Wow.
I love John Saxon.
Yeah. Horror movies as kids, don't be a sissy. Horror movies as kids was don't be a sissy. That's true. Yeah, but I definitely was that sissy.
Oh, again, great poster and a great film. Really, this film does not hold up today. I will say that.
I showed it with my kids when we did 5 nights at Shabby'S. Do you remember that thing I did where me and my kids would get a popcorn bucket and we pick out an old 80s movies? Well, this was one of them, but we had to film it again because my kids would not. They thought it was the worst. We got up to the bar when they're getting drunk in the bar, and they just laughed. They were like, "This is shit, Dad." So I turned it off. Do you know what I mean? Couldn't do it. So. But they were. It doesn't hold up. You're right. But look at her, though. Kelly Lee Brock. Kelly.
I mean, posters like that, again, just an image of a woman on it. But look, posters like that used to. Thank God I was a man.
Yeah. That's right. I remember the bus with the bus from the video store. Seen all the Elm Street movies. You can't beat the original. Johnny Depp didn't survive those. Spoilers. Robert Downey Jr. is the teenage bully.
No, he's great in it as well. Isn't he? He's double funny.
Reed Silence as well, and Bill Paxton was in it as well as his older brother.
Chet, he played the brother Chet. That's right. He's going to go. Smack them both on the head. Both the girlfriends. Double funny.
Weird Science. I wanted the potion after watching this. I had some magazines. Oh yeah.
I will agree with Mark. Try watching this film back today. It's quite an hard watch, to be fair with you. There is a lot of like, oh no, it's strange like that because again, Anthony Michael Hall's in it, legend. Didn't really see the lad much in anything else after this.
No, I can't remember anything else he was inside. He reminded me of Robin. He looked a bit like Burt Ward. Do you know what I mean? But I didn't see him in anything.
Yeah.
Geek Strong says Porky's with the peephole sign. The girl on the posters made us all excited to watch that movie. Kim Cattrall and
it's true. I like when she did the posters for the woman in red as well. When she's doing that sort of Monroe sort of dance in that red dress, she was beautiful, Kelly Lee Brock. And she had proper screen presence. You know,
Steven Seagal's missus, what she was with him.
You expected him with somebody like Seagal, didn't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back in these days.
Yeah. Oh, you little maniacs. Yeah. Brilliant.
I love it.
I'll kick your ass. I'll kick your ass. Love this movie, yeah. Some actors from Mad Max actually replayed their roles in this film.
Yeah, the end, that guy with the skinhead who comes in, it's out of his bag.
I never knew that, yeah. I agree, G-Force. That's why I watch Weird Sites, yeah. Great shout out, Dino, Porky's people, yeah. I used to love the poster for Bachelor Party as well. Do you remember the poster for that when we were all coming out the door falling? That was a great poster. Yeah. Let's have a look. Hard to believe Kelly Lee Brock married Steven Seagal. Yeah, unbelievable. She was in Hard to Kill with Seagal. Yes, she was. Yeah.
Tasty.
That guy that played Wyatt is now a teacher and he left the movie industry, says TJC. There you are, Si.
Yeah, because he was one, like you said, Mark. Yeah, I remember this, and this was a big hit, especially with us, like when we were kids. We loved Weird Science. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It was mental. We're sticking bras on their heads, doing the computer making it and everything. It was just crazy. What a poster this is. Still to this day, you will never Get 3 villains in a superhero movie more villainous than them 3. Absolute zero chance. And now McFarlane still has not made the. I hope you're watching, Todd. How you've not made these 3 figures is an absolute disgrace.
DTM, I never tossed off.
That bit's funny though, when he to his dad. His mum, Gary.
Isn't it funny, this Superman tie, but there's no Superman on this poster.
No, don't need it. Don't need it. So you need is General Zod, Ursa, and Nom. And then honestly,
the main characters from the first one, like Christopher Reeve, Gene Hackman, and so Lois Lane or whatever, they're all at the bottom in them small little squares. But the main title for this is the bad guys. Would you say there's ever been better bad guys in this
film? I think this is what the one that we're waiting for, because this basically, when you watch the documentary of Superman, this was filmed before the first one was. There was more scenes, and this was going to be twice as expensive as the first one was going to be. So basically, they made it first. They knew it was going to come straight after. And if you watch Superman 1 and 2, it is one long continuous movie. But again, this is my favorite ever superhero movie. No matter what, I've still not seen anything that's beaten Superman 2 for me. And that poster as a kid, I absolutely loved. I had it on my bedroom wall like for years. Do you know what I mean? It's just a fantastic. Look where they are as well, just back to go on the Phantom Zone. It's just a crazy picture. That I love it.
Look, what a great movie it is. I thought I led the movie well. Just look at it like you. I never thought that. Not seen these posts before, but I love it. The post is awesome, man.
Brilliant.
That's a really good poster. When I first watched The Breakfast Club, says Wayne, I thought it would be boring, but I was surprised to find it was actually really good. What a classic Simple Minds song. I phoned Si a couple of nights ago and he was watching Breakfast Club. Just a couple of nights ago. What you, pal? Yeah, you watched it. Yeah. One of the greatest. Superman 1 and 2 are proper classics. And I think, Si, that's why, not that I didn't enjoy the new Superman movie. I thought it was fine. I didn't hate it. But when you watch Superman 1 and 2, it's hard to get it, you know what I mean? Because
I think from our generation, I mean, I know a lot of people jump on Henry Cavill's bandwagon, and I would say that since Christopher Reeve, Henry Cavill was probably the natural takeover for Superman. You know what I mean? But we've had the number one, us lot. We can be greedy. We can afford to say these things because we've had the greatest Superman that will ever be seen on cinema history. No matter who takes over, you will not be Christopher Reeve in that role. Do you know what I mean? So
I've got some breaking news. I have some breaking news. Todd is watching. He's just messaged Jonathan. He won't be making these 3 because you'll only keep him in the box. I always remembered Non-Killing as a young boy in Superman 2, but I actually purchased it on DVD. It's not in the film, but I found out it was in the extended television version only.
What I always find weird about that is that they're in that little town in Houston and stuff. Why is the kid English? I never understood it. Father, don't hit my father. And you're like, hang on a minute. You're in this little American town. Like, why are you English?
Small American town. Just outside Bedford.
His dad was out. Whoa. Okay, father.
Unpopular opinion, but I love Superman. I love Superman. That when she turns into a robot scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Superman 3 is a great movie. People have too much to say, don't they? You know what I mean? Superman 3 was great. Superman 4, not so much.
No, I loved them all. I loved every one of them. I've never seen these, so I don't know anything about it.
I absolutely love this poster. And I'll tell you something weird about this poster. I'll tell you something strange about it. In this film, in Mistress of the Dark and stuff, and she gets her house built up and she meets her niece, like something like, I can't remember. And she's a brownie and stuff, and she grows up and she wears makeup and stuff, and the gran always tells her off, but Elvira's always like, oh, put some on if you want, do this if you want. By the end of it, she turns into this like punk star and stuff. But on this original poster, the brownie was setting fire to this bonfire. So originally it was a brownie, a little girl in a brownie outfit setting fire to the bonfire. And the brownies at the time got onto and said, there's no chance we're letting you use a brownie setting fire to you in a film like this. So there's a few posters that are out of this poster, but there's different people at the bottom all the time. Now, if you come across a poster with the brownie on, it's worth thousands. It really is. And a couple of years back, Cassandra Patterson, who plays Elvira, sold a few of her stuff off, and she actually had a life-size standee with the brownie, a standee of it, with the brownie setting fire to it. But apparently it's really, really rare. So if you can get older one, like, count yourself lucky. But again, look at that poster. I think that started me off on my goth route. I've always loved that sort of goth girl style, and I always have, like, your Morticias and your Vampirellas, and I just love that sort of look.
It's
and
funny
it's a
because
character I've loved since I was a kid.
And you told me a couple of nights ago she's only made 2 of these. There's only 2 Elvira movies. I would have thought there's about 15 of them. I've never seen one.
There was going to be an Elvira show, and it was done like a sitcom. It was done like Married with Children and stuff. And they did a pilot of it, and it's really good. Like, if you go on YouTube, you can actually watch the pilot of the Elvira show. But it never took off. It was never, you know. I think something happened where the producer was sick, and then when he passed, something happened, and the job was took over, and the new guy that took over wasn't up for it. So, but my always thing is that she made this in 1988, and then the second film she made wasn't until the year 2000.
Wow.
There's massive separation between them. So I think basically Elvira became that 80s iconic, a bit like that Barbie poster girl and things like that. And
yeah. She's going to take this video down now. Elvira goes have the channel's worse than Disney's for showing her stuff on YouTube. No, it's only a picture. I think we'll be all right. So never seen Elvira.
She's a big fan. She's a big fan of the show. Don't worry.
10:50 p.m. and someone's just found another box of fireworks. Elvira, never seen a sign. I wouldn't know a thing. I remember her sign. I remember her in Ferris Bueller's. He's a righteous dude. Do you know what I mean?
She's also the thingy, isn't she, in Planes, Trains and Automobile. You're pretty bad.
There is no way you can do a movie poster without showing this poster. This is just one of the greatest posters ever. Second best poster for Star Wars, I think. But I love it. Now, a lot of people like the one where Han and Leia, it's like the Gone with the Wind kind of look. But to me, it was always that because he makes Vader look awesome. Do you know what I mean? Like commanding presence and so forth.
Yeah, like when do you ever see Vader with the cloak on his chest at the front, like a poncho look? If you look at that, it's more basically like a Wild West sort of poncho, isn't it?
Got like Japanese Western samurai kind of look, hasn't it? But I just love that poster. I just absolutely love it. They've made him first and foremost, and everybody else is underneath in the storms. I mean, this poster kind of gives, by looking at this poster, you can tell the Empire is striking back. The stormtroopers are at the bottom. And, you've got the Tauntaun. He's just Lando in the corner. It's just a great, great poster. Do you know what I mean?
But it also shows you, doesn't it, in that one poster that the Empire are going to play a bigger part in this than what you think. Do you know what I mean? Because it totally dominates every character. And if you also look at every character's portrayed face on there, they all look worried sick. And that's another good trait of that poster, isn't it? Like, what's going on here? Like,
good eye there, Si. You're exactly right. Everyone's concerned. It's not like do you know what I mean?
It looks like,
Simon, I've got some more breaking news. Just got a call from Elvira. No, Si, she won't make it.
I wish she did. I would love an Elvira 5'4" doll. I'd love one.
This is the thing. Classic Empire posters, so many great ones to choose from, and I completely agree with that. So that's one of the Star Wars ones that I picked. Elvira is probably the best known cleavage in the world. Yeah, I agree with that too.
People said before she was on a lot. There was always that introduction to the macabre B-rate films, and that in another way in the 80s and the 90s, especially more that in the 90s, is where I thought a lot of them sort of B-rates, like It's in the Basement and stuff like that, and them sort of films, because of them Elvira shows, But it's just funny how you think that she was a massive star, and even though she was, it's a lot more tamed, a bit like Pee-wee. And then it was really strange to me watching that Pee-wee documentary that actually Cassandra Patterson had all this whole history with him, and they started off at the same place.
Best friends.
And best friends. Pee-wee only made 2 films in the beginning. She only made 2 films, and I think their characters really outlived actually what they actually did. Do you know what I mean?
Became more cult-wise, didn't they? And then they did movie stars, if you will. Yeah. There you are, talking about it right there.
But it's just that poster just says everything, doesn't it? This film is crazy. I love Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It's a great, great movie, and it's just a top film to watch.
Biker Scout ad for the Elvira, the Empire Strikes Back with that entry. Yeah, it's just a brilliant poster. I actually watched a few of the Elvira sitcom episodes on YouTube this past October. It's so bad, probably B-rate. Isn't it? Exactly right. Yeah. She posed for Hustler. Nice. Me too, Dario. My uncle bought it for me as an ex-rental. He was sick to death of me renting it every week. Yeah. Yes, she did. Also, I heard. But look at that. I mean, it's the greatest movie ever made. Everybody knows it's the greatest ever movie ever made. But it just sums up everything. The Pee-wee in his bike, just
What
like
I
that.
like about it is that obviously history passes, and you know a lot more about Danny Elfman, and you know a lot more about especially Tim Burton. And when you go back to this film, there are so much Tim Burton in this movie now that it gets more Tim Burton the more I watch it. And I
Yeah.
can see everything in this film, from Batman Returns to everything. Do you know what I mean? I see so much in this film. So that's what I like about revisiting this film, because again, it's started off Tim Burton. Do you know what I mean?
What it was.
And
I
it's
mean, you
that
watch
darkness in it that you just like that tip of
people
that
kept coming in,
darkness.
directors kept coming in trying to take it, and he kept saying, "No, you need to find that person that sees it." And then they saw Frankenweenie Si, an old student he filmed by this kid called Tim
Yeah,
Burton.
it's great.
He'll
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? But they didn't get on, because that's why he didn't do the second one, Big Top Pee-wee. They didn't get on at all. Apparently, he felt, Paul Rubens felt, that Tim Burton was getting more accolade for it than he was. Do you know what I mean? So is it a Tim Burton film or is it a Pee-wee film? That's what you look at it both ways. And but without this movie, Tim Burton would never have the career he had. Do you know what I mean? So, but the poster's just perfect. Look at his bike.
Cannibal Corpse there. Is that the band at the end? Lean on me.
No, that's Twisted Sister. He must. I don't know where Cannibal Corpse. They might have been in the bar scene. So I think it was probably that. Cannibal Corpse, as I suppose, in more movie than Elvira, right? Don't think I've ever watched the Pee-wee. Well, treat yourself.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
it's great win.
I've never seen him in Pee-wee, but I'd liked him in Matilda. Gotta watch Pee-wee, man. It's the best movie ever made, and no one can disagree. It's the greatest movie ever made.
You can't if you like Tim Burton movies.
Yeah. I bet you haven't seen as many of these films as Adam. Brilliant. Yeah. Wait, was Cannibal in Big Top? Might have been Big Top because it was Twisted Sister that was in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. You've seen both those movies. Ruben in Flight of the Navigator was awesome. Yeah, he was. He even did the laugh.
About the film. If you look very closely in this film, you'll see the Batman 66 Batmobile.
Yeah, at the end. Yeah,
but you've got to be quick. You've got to be close.
Yeah, creating the Blues Brothers. Right, so there's Pee-wee. Next one.
Again, follow up to Nightmare on Elm Street, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. This one was a lot more mental than the first one was. Do you know what I mean? But look at that poster.
I don't think I've ever seen this poster before, so I don't think I've ever seen
that poster. Again, I love reds in posters because red is the most landish of all colours. It can completely ruin any poster, especially with colour and stuff, going through TVs, going through different... But the reds that these artists used to get were just amazing, that they were bright reds, but they didn't overimpose any picture. And again, what great poster that is. I just love it. I love the reflection in the bathroom window. Do you know what I mean? It's just weird. So
that is a strange poster. I've never seen that one.
With me. And again, the light through from the window, it just gives it that nightmarish, like sort of look, like the old pulp and the old horror comics. And beautiful poster. I love it.
Yeah, great poster, that one. Yeah, good call.
There's no movie poster more than this one that said to me, you have got to see this movie. There's none more than this one ever. I saw this poster and it was everything. Coming from a 2000 AD background, that poster was everything. I wanted to see this film more than any. And still to this day, it's the third greatest film of all time to me. I absolutely love this movie. It's just brilliant. Dialogue, the villains, RoboCop himself. And Paul Verhoeven had a choice at the beginning. You can either go with RoboCop or you can make Judge Dredd. And he went with RoboCop because of the budget. Said he can get more out of the budget making it Future City of Detroit. This film is just amazing. That poster is amazing. Always has been.
Don't remember this poster at all for the Freddy one. I remember the school bus. That's the one I remember. I've never seen that other poster before. But
again,
super
when
cool.
you look at these posters, there's a good 5 or 6 different variants of the posters out. That one was always my favourite.
No, none of them yet. This is a fantastic poster, incredible movie, still one of the best today. Simon, would you put it up like we said about Back to the Future, the Empire one? Like this is an iconic 80s poster.
Oh, definitely. This is one I have in my house, in my front room, front wall. I just love this poster. I always have. And I always wanted one of these, like a laminated one where I can backlight it and have it lit up like that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I've got a few posters like that with Dill working at the cinema and stuff, but I always wanted this one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, I've always loved this movie. And that poster, with my love of science fiction, my love of comics, my love of all that sort of stuff. look at that, Mark. It just says to you Batman. It says to you Judge
Well,
Dredd. There's everything to you, doesn't it?
I agree what locals saying right here. It's boom, 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 boom. It's for an hour and a half. It feels like 20 minutes, RoboCop. It really does.
Yeah.
So I agree with
Yeah.
everything he's just. I've said that a few times when we've talked about RoboCop, but I think it's just timeless. That is, in other words, if they made a 2025, 26 RoboCop movie with that outfit, it wouldn't look dated to me.
Do you know what I mean? I'm 13 when this film's out. It was just everything I wanted to see, and getting around to seeing it. Like I said, it never left me. It's one of my favorite ever movies.
Palp says they struggled for a RoboCop poster outside, then on the set, photographer took this image. It's just a brilliant poster. Bitches leave. Yeah, directed for where you too. Yeah, I was open. The sound too. Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's
brilliant.
too close.
But do you know what I mean, though, Simon? If they made it and used that exact outfit, I don't think it looked dated. Oh, it's the old 80s. I think it still looks super cool now. Do you know what I mean?
I agree there, because in the beginning, I remember the X-Men being laughed at. Oh, we can't put them in yellow and blue. Oh, that won't work on the cinema. We'll have to make them in all black leather, and we can put a bit of yellow in it, but it's all black leather. And then eventually they've realised, no, actually, with the graphics and stuff today, you can have these outfits looking exactly how you want them to look.
Would love to see a British RoboCop Simon stood in front of a rope.
It'll just be Keith Knight. Keith Knight with the
Put Keith Knight in it. Yeah, put Keith
Knight
in it.
Yeah. I'll make that poster.
There you go. RoboCop did a shift at Dagenham Police Station one night. Absolutely brilliant. The next one, I know this is one of your favourites, Si.
Yeah, but it's that one in it. Look, the Japanese one. That poster is just Enter the Dragon is still, to me, the greatest film that's ever been made. And I watched it again the other night. If it's ever on, I've got to watch it. It's just so super cool. It's proper 70s. It's proper B-rate. It's proper mint. And it's the film that put me on the road to all martial arts movies. Anything with anything like that, I'd watch to this day. And this is probably, to me, still to this day, the best of them all. I love Enter the Dragon.
Yeah, get on that one, Si. Robo Keith.
Robo Keith's coming up.
Si, have you ever seen the neck of RoboCop film? I've got that. I've got that.
Yeah.
I've got that one. Yeah. And John Saxon again. It's like, here we go. Bruce Lee's feature. I remember, Si, when I first got to America years ago, there was a Puma advert, and it's Jim Kelly doing the Puma advert, and he does it. He's old Enter the Dragon. He's got the same outfit on and everything. I was like, and he's ancient, Si. He's like 60 something. And he's still got the moves and so forth. I was like, no way. That's him from Enter the Dragon.
It's just the only film I remember being a kid and with all that mess around in schoolyard and playing Enter the Dragon and stuff. And you didn't care less who you were. Because them three guys in this are three of the most coolest cats you will ever come across in your life. Yeah. Mr. Roper, Mr. Williams, Mr. Lee. You don't care who you were at school because you knew. Look at that scene in the Dragon where he goes to stop Mr. Roper fighting Bolo, Bruce Lee. Mr. Roper looks at him and says, hang on, I'm all right. I can take this guy. And you think, oh, hang on, he's our Bolo. And he knocks him spark out. And that was Mr. Roper. And you're like, these three, I love Enter the Dragon. It's the greatest movie ever.
Do you agree with this side? Everything came from this film.
I do for action sequences and the way films are filmed, because this is another one. If you go back and watch this film, the way it's actually filmed is astonishing, especially the bit with the bow. Brings the bow down like that, and the camera's right at the edge of that bow. And then you see all them guys surround him, and the way it just swings around, wow, knocks them spark out with it. I love this movie.
Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Lion Art, Kickboxer, all of these movies would have never been done without Enter the Dragon and the fight tournament. The fight tournament is brilliant, isn't it? Mr. Han, I remember him, Mr. Han.
Mr. Han. It's basically Tekken, isn't it? Big tournament going on. All the world's best fighters coming to it. Do you remember the New Zealand guy, the beginning, the Australian guy?
So what's the difference, Simon, between this poster and the British one, or the English one? I'll say just
again, my love of Japanese art, my love of.
So the only difference, basically, Si, is just the writing. The actual posters.
Don't forget our poster was a lot more. Again, it's the look of the poster. This poster has got a million posters. It's got so many different posters, just like how the Star Wars ones have. Yeah. But that one was always my favorite. I like the. It looks like it was made in the time it was made, 73.
You know what? I never really. This is why I love you doing these with you, Si, because I would have thought that. So I've seen this movie, Si, not as many times as you, but I've seen this movie a lot, and I never thought that there's not just one character; it's the three of them. All three brought something to this film, and so when you look at that poster, I can see that, Si. I can definitely see it. You know.
It's a great film. So it's
Yeah.
not for everyone. But again, for them sort of straightforward movies, basically, this is a James Bond film. And people forget that Bruce Lee works for the British intelligence for this. Do you know what I mean? When he's asked from the beginning, so basically he's James Bond, isn't he? So he was right behind it from the beginning, right? He's working for the British. He's going undercover. You know, it's just a great movie. I loved it.
Well, she's the lady from Airplane. He's Bruce Lee's girlfriend.
I don't remember which one that was. Which lady from Airplane was it? Because I remember Megan Layton.
Does he mean Diane?
I don't know. I don't know which one it was.
Breaking news 3. I have my wedding video filed into the jacket. Once it back, it's over.
You better pack your bags, Keith, if she reads that.
And the fight at the start, Bruce Lee was against Sammo Hung. Yeah, it's a great film. Love the scene when the cops harass Williams and he ain't having it. Yeah, brilliant. That's when he's on his way, isn't it? Another classic poster from 80s was Inner Space. Yeah, it was. Yeah, good call. That was a good one. Do that Photoshop side. Bring the bugger to this.
You've got it.
Bruce Lee on the Commodore 64 over and over. He played it. So 00 nunchucks. Yeah.
Oh, that's
another great poster by Bob Peakseye. Same guy that did the Star Trek ones did this.
Again, I suppose, you know, when you do these movies, you know, that poster at the time there was no internet, there was no trailers every 2 minutes, there was none of all this and that. So basically, you got to see what was in the magazines, who was on a talk show, and the poster, and then things sold these movies.
Yeah.
So when you look at things like that, and Bob Peak must have obviously had a great career in art posters because he's done enough of them what we've seen tonight that never knew about.
Yeah.
You know, forward thinkers. These are some of the greatest artists of the 20th century.
You know, we've got a couple of Bond posters, but you could pick them all. You could pick every Bond poster.
Well, the reason why I picked this one, Octopussy, is because one, it's always a memory I've gone and seen at the cinema. Two, it's a great film, but my love of women in artwork is always been through the roof. But that was so weird to me as a kid, having all these arms coming out of Maud Adams. And it's an image that always stuck with me. And you do see that in a lot. But this one, I specifically picked this poster because if you look at the bottom, the whole movie's explained right there. And it's a great, this one, it was always my favourite ever Octopussy poster. And I'd go as far as to say that out of all movies of James Bond, this one's probably my favourite ever poster.
I've picked a couple of them. There'll be two of them in tonight that were mine. But it's like I said, I was going through, I've been going through all the Bond movies, as you know. And you look at the posters or whatever, and every Bond poster is superb. Every one of them just cool. Do you know what I mean? Even the newish ones, they're not as good as the old school ones, but brilliant.
I don't know what it was for me as well as a kid, but I always loved it when James Bond had a villain as cool as he was. I always did. And that, The Man with the Golden Gun, being Christopher Lee, will always be my favourite Bond film because for me, the villain was just as cool as James Bond was. But it was the same for this. And I can never remember the guy's name. He was like really handsome looking and all that with the Fabergé egg and everything. And I remember him doing the Hunter and stuff. And he was such a cool villain. And they've always looked out for me, Bond films, that for me, I've always had a guy that like rivals Bond in a way. Do you know what I mean?
Tess says, how long are Roger Moore's legs?
Great art though, isn't it?
G4 says, yeah, he's leaning back. There's not all about that, so they seem longer. Yeah, I don't really know Roger Moore was that. I love Roger Moore Bond. He's my favourite. Because I think BTR says the same thing. He's my Bond. He's the Bond I grew up with. He's the Bond I went to the cinema to see.
Look like James Bond looks taller. He's actually the split in Maud Adams' leg. Maud Adams' leg comes up a good couple of inches above Bond's there, which makes Bond's look longer. But actually, it's perfect perspective, that artwork, let me tell you now.
Yeah, big fan. Yeah, Godzilla had some great posters. That was hard to pick too because my youngest son loves the old 50s, 60s, 70s Godzilla. And he's got all
again, John, like I said to our kid tonight, we could pick 1 million posters and there'd still be 10 million more that are just, you know what I mean, amazing.
Like that.
For me, I've always had a love and hate relationship for Transformers the movie. Always, all my life. And it was a love and a hate thing, whereas I hated the change of Megatron into Galvatron. It really did break my heart as a kid. I was really like, I just couldn't believe what I was watching. A lot of people got that with the death of Optimus Prime, but I didn't give a shit about Autobots. I just didn't. So it was always Megatron for me. But then there's that C mark. and you see that Japanese anime artwork of the first image of Galvatron when he's been changed, and it's all the cross-grid background like Tron and Transformers is. That artwork still to this day is probably my favorite piece of art in cinema.
The difference is, though, you
animation.
grew up with those characters that you're seeing on the back of it. When you look at this movie poster, I defy any child that knew who these characters were. But none of
That's
us
why
really.
we all went to see it, though, didn't we? But we all went to see it for the like, who's that at the front before you all saw this film? No idea.
Yeah.
Well, now do you believe that it was a bit for like the toy range, change all the characters, start the new toys off, like a lot of people now say it was?
Yeah, yeah.
What were the reasons of having such a successful toy line and a great TV show to kill off Optimus Prime?
Yeah, weird. But the scene itself, side, don't you appreciate just how cool it is?
That's what I'm saying, Luke. It blew my arse away when I saw that Galvatron image. Still to this day, it's my favorite ever piece of cinema animation. It's just amazing. But I still was like, I remember watching all the rest of the film like, well, Megatron can't be gone. Megatron can't be gone. I remember being gutted.
I picked this one simply because I was in awe with how many characters are on this. And this is a relatively newish poster, but it gives it like an old Star Warsy 80s vibe, this poster to me. Do you know what I mean? You know,
and again, it did work. This was $1 billion movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it really was. Killing off Optimus Prime backfired spectacularly in Asbo. I'm going to fly through some of these now, Si. So, yeah, I picked that one simply because of that. All the characters are on it. And so when you see that, if you're a massive Marvel fan, this poster must be on every bedroom wall.
Yeah, well, this was the big one. This was the lead up. This was it. Yeah. This was the big one. If that poster hadn't worked, people would have been a bit like, but it does work. It does give you that Star Warsy element of it. Do you know what I mean? That cluster of everyone together.
Yeah.
Again, it's a shame it's not fully art. You know what I mean? There's a lot of computer generated images there, more than any. But I understand what you're saying. A great poster. Any kid would definitely put this poster up in their room.
Yeah. Alien Nation, I
absolutely love this movie. I always have since being a kid. And James Caan's Alien Nation is mental. And that poster, when I first saw that one, that's the poster. It's just that writing there. And again, being a sci-fi kid and loving all things like that, when I read all that, I was like, I have got to see this movie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, Alien Nation, I love that film. If you've not seen it, watch it. It's just a mint film. And yet, you know what? Really, that film in the world of today would probably speak volumes in the world of today.
Cobra's an iconic movie poster. Crime and Disease, yeah, with the black shades holding the Uzi. Yeah, it's a great poster. Yeah. Alien Nation, seen Alien Nation, good movie. If I get time, I definitely will win. If I get the time, I will. We're well over. We're 10 minutes over. So Alien Nation is a great film. Awesome idea. Again, something I'm surprised hasn't come back with what's going on today.
I like the TV show, and I don't understand why the TV show sort of faded out and stuff. But yeah, it's one of them I'd love to see come back. Yeah.
Kit Gilson, Junk on Sour Milk. You remember? Yeah, brilliant.
Or when they keep the balls. That's weird.
Alien Nation is a great film, but a better TV show. Yeah. Next one, Legend. That's a great poster, Si.
Yeah. But what I love about that poster as well is that for years I always thought that was a crystal ball and it's actually an apple. And it's just a brilliant poster. It says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I don't think that was for ours. I think that was actually a foreign poster. I don't think it was for... But I remember that one, and that was the poster. I thought that's the one I want to show because, again, Reds again in posters that just don't overtake it. I think it's amazing.
Made him massive, though, didn't it? That Legend made Tom Cruise massive. Great poster.
I think it did, and I always remember years after you see it, you realise that was Tim Curry.
Yeah.
The devil in this was actually Tim Curry. He was like Tim Curry and everything. And
I love you. Home Alone side.
That's why it's my favourite Home Alone film because of that scene. This film as well, American Ninja 1, 2, 3. I love these movies. Again, I'm at the age now where they've all blended into each other. It's all the same film. I can't remember anything about them. But him and the black guy, the army guy that's stuff in it, he was dead hard in it. And I remember the ninja with the lasers. It was just the claws underneath. It was just, but again, the post was like, why is there a ninja in front of the American flag? It was just brilliant.
I just remember the musical. I think
yeah, I did.
All the way.
I always thought it was a crystal ball. And it's not. It's an apple.
We tried to make the devil costume based on this film. We had horns and a tattoo in my head and hoof feet for my feet to slide into, but never actually finished. Oh, can you imagine wearing that? The real one, though.
Yeah.
Wow. Love the American Ninja movies.
They're proper great as a kid, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. The Great Mouse Detective, Si.
I always loved this film, and it was years since Disney had made a 2D animation. I remember it, and I remember him coming back with this, saying, "We're going back, we're stripping it down, we're doing how we used to do." And my love of Sherlock Holmes, I absolutely love this film. And that was always my favourite poster for it. It's just, I love Basil. It never really took off. People don't really talk about it like a great Disney movie. Don't think it did well at the box office. But for me, my love of Disney art, my love of Sherlock Holmes, I really do love this film. So I'll never forget that poster. This was well made. Over it was breakdowns the movie, wasn't it? But the American was breaking. But it's that poster with the Grand Prix squares down the side. It looks proper like 80s. And again, breakdowns the movies, the biggest disappointment today. But what a great movie they were as a kid. I love that film.
The breakdowns the movie poster, brilliant. Oh, the greatest Star Wars poster ever made. I love that poster. I like the minimalism of it, Si. I just love the fact that it's just holding a lightsaber. Do you know what I mean? And this is the end of
the lightsaber. But when you look at that properly, you can look at the blades sweep up, and it's obviously it looks like it's just swooped up to get the behind of. So even though it looks static, it's actually drawn where it's come up like that.
I just love it. Brilliant. I don't know. It's up there. I've got it in my room there. The post. I just love that. I think I don't know what it is. I just think it's the end of the trilogy. You've got up to here. Do you know what I mean? It just says everything. I think. It's just like the minimalism behind it.
What's been spoke there, Mark? Do you think he's obviously Drew's known about Endor or a different planet, and he's put that planet in there to represent it? What planet's that? Do you reckon? Or
I don't know. Is it a planet? Or is it the Death Star? Hang on a minute. Oh, it's a planet. Yeah.
Yeah, so and
I heard the rumor. I don't know if it's true or not, but they're George Lucas's hands, aren't they? It was his hands that they drew and so forth.
He might have said, "Can I just take a quick photo of you just doing this with your hands, so I can just get the image right?" And probably are.
Yeah, Legend has 3 different endings. Side does it? I never knew that. Wow, cheers, Win.
I didn't win.
Never heard of the Great Mouse Detective. I remember Breakdance 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, that's really, a bit disappointing for me when they went on stage and stuff. It's like fame.
Yeah,
it's awful.
Look at that, fantastic! It is. I love this poster. It's you know, if I had to pick one poster from the 80s side or one poster from a childhood, it'd be this one. You know, even now, like I said, when I'm 41 now, and I've still got it. I've still got it in my room. I just love it. Black as pitch, blacker than
what they do see these images. Yeah. They never leave you.
No. Time Bandits. Love this poster. Absolutely. Yeah, let me make this one just a little bit bigger. Weird movie, but it just says everything, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Look at the guy underneath it, you know, their face underneath the boat, and
that's Terry Gilliam style, isn't it?
It's like a ceiling that all opens up, you know, all the dream. I love that poster. I love that poster.
See a lot of Monty Python art in that poster, can't you?
Definitely can, yeah. Mm-hmm. In 84, they released the trilogy Star Wars poster, right? Got you. That's the Death Star orbiting Endor. There you go. Perfect. Yeah. Sean Connery. Yeah, Sean Connery's in Time Bandits. Yeah, brilliant. I love it. Time Bandits is great. Just a great poster. Big Trouble in Little China. Look at that for a poster. Is that? I think that's Drew Stewson as well. I think that's the Drew Stewson one. Yeah, brilliant poster.
I don't know. Probably because, like I said, when you do art that everybody flocks to see that cinema, that art is probably hot property at the time. So it would not surprise me if it is. Do you know what I mean?
Shaq Burton, great film, great movie.
The girl with the green eyes.
You can't show movie posters without that one. I mean, that's just so. And I can't believe they still got the actual shark in the archives. The actual shark is all in, you know, formaldehyde or whatever to keep it. But they still got that shark.
It wasn't a great white, was it? It was not a great white shark that they did. Yeah. I was like,
Time Bandits.
Again, it says everything, that poster, doesn't it? It says everything.
Yeah. What happened to Disney with the mice films? Great American Tale, The Rescuers, Great Mouse Detective. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Legend had variations with the American theatrical version, the European theatrical version, and additional dream ending. Wow. Kurt Russell doing an impression of John Wayne. Yeah, brilliant. Russell, yeah. Victor Wong, loved these movies. Big Trouble is one of my favourite films of all time, along with Tremors. We showed the Tremors posters before, John.
I liked him as well when he was in what you call it, Wayne's World. He played her dad. Them scenes were double funny in Wayne's World.
Joel's poster is so iconic. Yeah, that's what we said before, because I showed that Tremors one and it was based off this. There was a lot of posters based off this one. And look how minimalistic this is. It's a girl swimming with a shark coming up. That's it. But the big
it shows the vulnerability though. Yeah, that's the thing. It shows proper vulnerability there. And that's what mostly frightens people. Again, great poster. Love this movie. Brilliant.
Yeah. Nicole Kidman right there, loving it. Do you know what I mean?
Just look at that for art though. And as a BMX kid, you know what I mean? How would I not love that? And I just love that. And I always remember seeing that image there. That was, to me, I will be fair here. I don't really remember so much as I do a poster as I do the front cover of the VHS. That's what I mostly remember this from. So when I actually went to search for this, I was surprised that somebody has a big poster of it. I would love that poster, wouldn't you? It says it all, doesn't it?
A high flying ride to it. Yeah, it's an awesome poster, all painted again, Si, look.
What made me laugh, Mark, is that none of them ever drove the bikes like that in BMX Bandits. They'd go up a little ramp or something. Now they're getting into a professional doing the proper jump and stuff.
Yeah. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Great poster, Si.
This stands today as this film I saw more times at the cinema than any other movie. And I can still tell you to this day, I went 6 times to see Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I just absolutely loved it. It was like nothing I'd ever seen. And for my love of Looney Tunes, my love of Disney characters, and to have it mixed up and live animation, it just, this film is brilliant.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I had to put that upside because it's just, you know, during the 90s, name me one of us who didn't have the Reservoir Dogs poster. Now I can Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, and you know, I showed the Death Proof before. But this to me is just one of the best. I mean, I love the movie. It's my favorite Tarantino movie. But this poster is just awesome. I just think it's got that old noir kind of look to it, and but set, you know what I mean? But 90s, and I just thought it was super cool. You can see old school 50s, 60s posters in this one poster. Do you know what I mean? And it's just awesome. You know,
great film as well.
Yeah, just brilliant poster, Si. Kung Fu Hustle, Si.
I absolutely love Kung Fu Hustle. It's a great film. Yeah. But again, look at that poster, Mark. Everybody just coming through, they're all going flying. You just want to see that, don't you? Like, I've got to see this. Look at it, that.
I love this movie. I love it. It's all set in that apartment complex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's in that courtyard.
The woman with the bag out constantly. Yeah. She's hard as hell, with a slipper.
Yeah, reminds me of my wife. You know what I mean?
Jen,
but just a great movie. I just think it's action packed, and I love this poster. I just love it. It says it all, doesn't it? We're kicking them up because there's hundreds of them. Do you remember all in the top hats or whatever?
Yeah, you just stood down that balcony and they all come for him. Yeah, great film.
The Reservoir Dogs poster just fits in with that Pulp Fiction era of novel. That's what I mean. That pulp novel era. Yeah, exactly right. G-Force. Yeah, exactly, Mr. B. Yep. You couldn't set foot in a student flat in the 90s and not see a Reservoir Dogs or Pulp Fiction poster. That's exactly right. So yeah, it has been constantly used, but there's a reason why it was constantly used, because it was just cool, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? That and Scarface, the words it's violin, yeah. Next one.
Great film. Even though there is a bit at the end, I won't tell anybody because it'll ruin it for him, like it ruined it for you. So I remember you going on that day about how historic this film was and how it's all this and that.
You mean the Adidas tracksuit at the end?
I said, Mark, actually, you have to watch some of it.
It's funny
because at the very end of it, they're all legging out. This guy's got like Adidas Sanders on and Adidas trackie and stuff, hasn't he?
Yeah. Escape to Victory, absolutely brilliant, love it. And it's funny because it's called V for Victory. So it's not called Escape to Victory. It's called V for Victory. That's what it's called. But this poster, just man, one of the best. Yeah, great. I just love this poster. Look at him. It says it all, doesn't it?
Highlander. Yeah, look again. What a great poster that is. You look at that poster, samurai sword. You want to see this film, and did that film let anyone down? I don't think so. Do you?
No, Highlander's a classic, absolute classic.
Look out for a poster. There's another one again, like I said, like The Keep here. The Keep's a mad film, and I remember seeing that poster, thinking, I have got to see this movie. And when I watched it, it's crazy. There's so many big stars in this film. It's unbelievable, but It's like
Never
the
seen
ending
it.
of Indiana Jones going crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like when the Indiana Jones found out the supernatural demons and all that, the Nazis and stuff. This film's basically that ending. It's a mad, mad film.
Is it a horror
Don't you
side?
remember the guy? There's a bit in it like I can't remember the guy if he's like a doctor or I know he's like a historian or something. He's like this little Jewish guy, and they've got this Jewish guy because he's like a proper historian and knows about this stuff. They don't kill him, and all these Nazis have like got to trust him to save him from this. It's a great film, The Keep. I love it.
And so is it horror, Simon?
Yeah, it's supernatural horror. Made a long time back now. It must have been early 80s and stuff. But what a great film.
I picked this simply. It was either this or Ghostbusters I was going to pick simply because of the logo. I mean, that logo said it all, didn't it? I mean, when we first saw this, we saw this obviously before we saw the CGI and the dinosaurs and all that. And I just think that logo is super cool. That goes
logo
down
was done by a Marvel artist. I can't remember his name now, but a Marvel artist did that, and he did it for free. Never got any money for that logo. Just drew it out for him. One producer just passed it on. Can you do something for Jurassic Park? He just went boom, 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 boom. It was never got paid for it.
Yeah,
it's one of the most famous logos in the world, Mark.
It is, and that's why I picked this poster. I just think it's so. And like same as the Ghost, but sometimes the logo says it all, doesn't it? And there's only a few movies that can get away with that. I mean, Star Wars. If you just put Star Wars up, Jurassic Park with this, Ghostbusters with that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I picked it for that. Question for Science Shabs: did the movies influence your choices? Did you like these? I remember in the poster. We talked about this at the very beginning. I picked it simply because of the poster I liked. Because if we went for movies, we'd be here for about 6 hours, won't we? To tell you the truth.
That's what I did. I picked out what posters stuck out to me when I was a kid in VHS shops. That's what I picked out.
Yeah.
So obviously, 9 times out of 10, you're going to end up watching that film, which gives you a bit more of a perspective to talk about the posters, I suppose.
And that's 100% as well. I was going to pick that one too, but then I thought, no, I'll pick the logo that and it was that one. You know what I mean? But you are right, Luke. The Batman '89 logo, that was everywhere, wasn't it? Do you see what I mean? So back when Jurassic Park first got made, the dinosaurs were 65 million years ago, but now they always say that it was 66 million years. How did they gain a million years in 30 years?
Well, it's very easy to explain that. Dinosaurs didn't exist. So there was no time between them because they weren't even here, were they?
No. He was even in Star Wars. He was in Force Awakens, wasn't he, Max von Sydow? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, played a great part in that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Masterpiece.
89, Luke. Hiya, Nicky. Nice to see you, pal. Right, let's just fly through as many as we can now as we've got the end. Red Sonja, look at that.
Great pose. I know it's a beautiful paint. But again, I love this film. Seeing that, and we always thought, I've got to see this with this redhead in it. Conan's in it, even though it wasn't Conan, was it? No. It was, what a great film this is.
See, that's how I think. I think Wonder Woman should be built like Brigitte Nielsen. Big Amazonic kind of woman, do you know what I mean? Powerful and all that sort of stuff. Because she was
going back to what Pal says before with my love of Boris Vallejo and my Frank Frazetta artwork, posters like that were right up my street. Do you know what I mean? I saw a warrior princess. I saw a big warrior dude. That was it. I had to see films like this. Do you know what I mean? So fantastic poster. That just... Again, there's nothing more iconic than that poster, is it?
No. That's like the Star Wars kind of thing. When Luke's holding the lightsaber up and Leia's at her feet. That's more or less like that type of thing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
But again, look at that poster. Name me another film you've ever seen like that sort of poster before that came out. You haven't. That's what I mean. That's why I love the Tron poster. It just stands out on its own, doesn't it? It doesn't look like anything else. This film, I love No Retreat, No Surrender. And it was always one, again, that poster you saw in every VHS shop all the time. Do you know what I mean? You had to see that film and loved it. And Van Damme was unknown, wasn't he? Basically here. He wasn't really like...
Yeah. It was weird because we did it at Five Nights at Shabby'S side. My kids watched it and it's the most cheapest B-rate.
I love it. No, they made a few of these as well, didn't they? These went on for a bit.
Yeah,
I remember the second one, and I remember the second one being like that Vietnam guy, and he just left Nam and all this, and it was
Van Damme.
Like this one.
Van Damme was only in at the very end to play the villain. You never see the villain through it. Usually you see, like when you saw Rocky IV, you always knew who Ivan Drago was training or talk. Yeah. You never see him, and he never says a word in it. Not one word, Van Damme.
It's brilliant film. I've always loved No Retreat, No Surrender.
It's just at the end they talk about this huge tournament and all that stuff. You get there, so there's like 5 people in
it's trained by Bruce Lee. How would I not love this film? Guy called Jesse getting bullied about, this gang after him, goes to this old abandoned house, lights a few candles to train, and then Bruce Lee comes as a ghost to train him. It's the
Tron
films are brilliant.
The Tron poster is perfect, says Dave. So was the Tron arcade cabinet. Yeah, it
It's
was
true.
that. Now
Think of
that's
how
true.
many millions of arcade cabinets have made. Why does that one stick out
Yeah.
still to this day?
That's what I mean. In Greek myth, the Amazonians were over 6, and she's part of Greek myth, in it, really, Wonder Woman. So I don't understand why they don't make her like that. Do you know what I mean? Massive. So we'll see. I like this poster simply because you don't know what's in the box.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That is,
so it has that Pandora's box kind of thing to it. Now, later on, after the movie was done, they brought out Stripe and they brought out Gremlins, and you saw the Gremlins one. But this one was the first one. It's just like a small thing in a box. Like, what is that? I've always picked these sort of posters that are intriguing. Like, the posters don't give anything away, if you will. Do you see what I mean? So, and it's funny, isn't it?
That poster gives away to me is that I think that's Drew Struzman, and I think he must have been on a time restriction, because to make a plain white box instead, especially the boxes you saw in Gremlins that holded this Mogwai, says to me this must have been a time element. This must have been time shortage to just do a plain white box like that.
Yeah, just a great poster.
Great poster,
yeah, great poster.
Yeah, top poster, yeah.
The lads were talking about it before, and he's without doubt. Look at that bonded space eye. It's that gun. I loved that toy gun as a kid. Just loved it. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah,
look at that. Look at that Moonraker. The way he's looking at his tuxedo on site.
Yeah, he's still doing the bomb poles, but flying in outer space. That is bizarre. That poster, isn't it? When you look, that's mad.
No Retreat, No Surrender was great it was kids. It was the greatest movie ever made. You know, you see Van Damme in his dad's karate school at the beginning where he beats up his dad. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the knee was his knee when it holding his knee. Oh, a couple of favorite martial art movies: His Last Ninja, American Samurai, The Perfect Weapon, and Crying Freeman. I've never heard of Crying Freeman. Wow. It's John Alvin holding the box. Wow. That Gremlins poster has always been the favorite. Yeah, it's a cool, isn't it, DTM? Just holding the box or whatever. It's just brilliant. Gremlins is another brilliant film. The first movie is just amazing, done so well, great poster. I said this on ZSR last time we were on. I just remember Lucy couldn't have timed it better. She walked in just as the kitchen scene started, and I never said a word. I just let her watch it, and her face, it was about 2 years ago, so she's what, 11? 12. Her face, I was just brilliant. It's like, what have I just watched? I was just dead intrigued to see how she'd react. You know what I mean? If Si starred in Gremlins, wouldn't be a problem because he never opens boxes. And I'd say that girl Jaws falls in love with had braces. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah,
I love the camp style.
That's weird, that though, isn't it? The butterfly effect of that. Did she have them? Did she not? I always remember the girl in Jaws having braces, and that was the thing. He smiled with them big silver teeth, and then this little cute thing smiled and had all them silver teeth, and that's why I always remember it. Do you know what I mean? And
just look at
they went back and said that she never had braces, but she did.
Just look at the top of this poster. Outer space now belongs to 007.
Again, Star Wars had kicked in by now, hadn't it? Because was there not a thing that that should have been For Your Eyes Only next, and because of Star Wars, we put that on hold and made Moonraker? Is that right? I know there was something like that, wasn't there?
And there is For Your Eyes Only, which was one of my favorite. It's got the best Bond car in it for one. Do you know what I mean? And it just posters. It's like I said, we could have just done one on Bond posters, but the Roger Moore one like this, absolutely brilliant poster. So loved it. You know, with the legs, it's just Bond right there and all the action. Look at all the action scenes.
You don't know how long that takes to paint. Do you know what I mean? That really is hard to do. And when you get all action scenes as well around it, it's great artwork.
Here we go. Soldier Charger was my ninja movie star. 9 Deaths of the Ninja, Enter the Ninja, Revenge of the Ninja, Ninja 3. Favorite. Oh, great poster. Spot on the side. Moonraker was shoehorned in. It was so on it. Yeah.
I remember something like that. Yeah, because again, because everybody wanted to go Star Wars, didn't they? Everything was Star Wars mad.
Yeah. So there you have it. There is mine and size movie posters. Picked some awesome ones. I think we really did. The brace things is total proof that worlds have collided and some government experiment went wonky with time and crashed 2 parallel worlds into one. Size correct. At the end of The Spy Who Loved Me, it states that Bond will return in For Your Eyes Only, but they made Moonraker next instead.
Yeah, I remember something like that. Yeah.
That's the first time I realised Bond is in the picture. Between Mr. Me like that, you'll see. Oh, there he is. You know what I mean? Yeah, because she absolutely did have braces, but now
I
she
always
was.
remember having braces, and that was the Jaws connection that I got as a kid.
No, Crystal. Don't you worry, VTR. There might be a Christmas movie poster stream coming. There might be a Christmas because you could again Christmas. I love it. So you hold your horses there, are Dave. That might be
like
coming.
I said, whatever we've covered, covered millions more. Do you know what I mean?
The last one poster was the PC adjusted one. Boo. Right. Let me just see if I can find Thingy's picture because he did send me one. Let's have a look if I can find it.
And I think we'll also come back to this and we'll do a chat's favourite. If chats, want to send Mark in, then, favourite posters, why this poster means something to you from back in the day. And it doesn't have to be from back in the day. It can be from today. It can be from whenever. But posters do speak to you. I do believe that. And I believe that, these images never leave you like a lot of things don't.
Yeah.
So I think we will come back and do another one of these and we'll do a chat favourite.
That's Wynn's picture, the black hole. Great poster. Great poster. Again. Yeah, absolutely brilliant poster. I agree with that. Yeah, thanks for sending that in. Yeah, look at the artwork on that side. And again, sometimes the posters are better than the movies, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? Sometimes
when you look, you see that big dark robot at the top, and as a kid, you're like, "Oh my god, who's he?" Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like everything in it. You want to see it.
Yeah, hooray! Yeah, we'll do a Christmas one. Yeah, we'll carry this all on. First of all, I want to say tonight as well, there's nearly 50 of you in all night. So thank you all so much. That's lovely of you. Because like I say, for your support, me and Si just be talking to each other. So I like the fact that you all got involved in. And thanks again to Miriam and Gerard for sending that box. That was absolutely brilliant. Christmas vacation, brilliant poster. Yeah, it was. Top streams, fun chat. Oh, thanks. Maybe next time we move the logo from the movie posters and guests on to guess the movies. Yeah, that could be a good one. Yeah. Many thanks, Shabby. Much. No, thank you for sending it in. I'm just, like I said, I'm glad we got the time to do it. Awesome, lads. Cheers, Ops. The Dead Zone was a good movie poster, Si. The Dead Zone. The Thing was as well.
Yeah, there's so many. Like I said, no matter what, we've only touched the surface. There are absolutely millions of them. Like there's loads of Cynthia Roderick posters I've looked at and I thought, oh, I remember this, and I want that open. But again, would be here forever.
Yeah, there will be forever. Des says, awesome stream, everyone. Interesting topic until Friday night for ZSR. Unfortunately, there is no ZSR on Friday. Apparently, Tez's little boy's birthday. So Tez is going to go out with his family and do birthday things, which you can understand. It's his little boy's birthday. So there will be no. But top 5 will be back on Monday. And I've got Gold Figure on and Brad Rocket City Sith on top 5. It's the last one as well, last top 5 of the season. So thanks to everyone who's supported that too. It's been brilliant top 5 this time. But then me and Si, Tub Thumpers officially comes back at the start of December. So I'm going to do top 5, have a little bit of a break for a week or so, and then I'm coming back with me and Si coming back with Tub Thumpers, which I can't wait for. So Tub Thumpers is going to be brilliant. Absolutely loved your live stream today, Shabby and Chat. Shabby,
I absolutely loved your live stream chat today, Shabby inside. I love that, Mark. Even with your glasses on, kid.
Brilliant to all, amazing. Thank you. Yeah, could talk posters all day. No, thank you all for. Yeah, Labyrinth was a great movie post. That's the thing. It's like what our side said at the start of this. We could be here for 6 hours. Do you know what I mean? There's been so many of them. Right. Anything else to say before we go, Si?
Yeah. Again, thanks for all coming in. These posters basically, for my way of thinking, was just about what did I see in them shops and around as a kid? What did I really love? What did I look at and think, I've got to get round to seeing this film? Yeah. And it's funny that some of them films you've forgotten about, some of them films you can't remember, some of them films you didn't like, some of them films have stuck with you forever. But you always remember them posters.
You
know what I mean? Like, so I didn't really want to go down the natural route of like all the bigots. So I wanted to go around the route of what I looked at and thought, I want to watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's funny that because some of these posters that you haven't seen for a few years and you're thinking about it and you're going into them and then you realise sometimes these posters make you want to watch that film again. Like Explorers, when you saw the Explorer, I've got to watch that again and so forth. But anyway, there you have it. Thank you, Si. This I enjoyed this a lot. It was an awesome one to do. Thank you a lot for turning up. If you can please please subscribe. We have a Patreon if you'd like to join. That helps the channel grow. So me and Si can make live streams like this. But apart from all that, it's awesome. Say goodnight, Si.
Good night, Si.